It's up.
All right, tell me when it's good. You're live. All right, well, okay.
I guess we're good.
All right, we're live, guys.
How's it going?
Good, how are you doing?
Good. How's it going?
You don't have Hershey starting lineups?
No, I'm
I was trying to get it from you.
Are you one of
I
our?
thought I was going to get it from you.
You one of our announcers?
Yeah.
Cool. AJ. I'm
AJ
new.
Roger Smith.
Nice
How
to
you
meet you,
doing?
Roger. I'm just gonna get their offense, Raj,
All right.
because I'm gonna announce their offense.
All right. AJ, what department are you in?
I'm with marketing.
You're marketing?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
So we're doing like next level streaming this year, so everything will come through here, so you'll be able to see the feed. It might be delayed a few seconds,
Okay.
but then we have a simple setup. Our headsets vanished, shockingly, but we have this.
All right.
And it's just
All right.
going right to the live. It won't go through the stadium or anything.
Okay, so is the mic live all the time, or do we have to switch it?
No, we'll switch it on when you're ready, and we'll just have it up. Yeah, we'll have it live.
So I won't have we don't have mute
No,
mic.
I'm
We're
sorry.
live. We're open
Yeah.
mic all the time.
But if you need it, just like signal and we can mute it or whatever. We'll figure out something.
Hey, Coach, how you doing? Thank you, Scott.
This school is about educating children who are in poverty and giving them the tools that they need to have a successful life. Some of that has to do with, helping them to build character, helping them to learn how to build their social skills. So I feel like house parenting is that impact on their lives.
I think it's rewarding in the fact that you may not see the results right away. It's one of those things that you're investing for the future, and I think you can notice impact in people's lives when you see a change in their behavior. I know that we had a sponsor recently send me a text message, and she said, "I just want you to know how appreciative I am of you and your wife. You provided a stable and a safe environment for my children." And she said it also helps them see what a normal family is supposed to be like. And that almost made me cry. I know I'm a big guy, but it was kind of emotional for me to read that and to know that there's a sponsor there that really appreciates the effort. So I know that it made an impact in that life, and the impact isn't necessarily just the kids. It goes far beyond that. I mean, it goes into their families back home. I think the impact is in our lives as well, because we get the feedback from those families and their appreciation. So it's just a good thing. I mean, this is investing in people's lives and seeing lives change, and that's what I love most about it.
And that's something that's eternal.
Correct. If you're watching this right now and there's somebody out there thinking, do I want to be a house parent? The reason why we came, and the most important reason why we came, is so that we could give back. It was a joy to hear about Milton and Catherine Hershey as well, because we saw that they gave everything they had to help this school and help the kids. And here we are 100 years later still doing the same thing. And thinking that here's a person, here's a family who thought, it's time to give back, we can't take it with us. And if you're out there thinking the same thing, this is a great place to come, because you can help people and really make an impact in their lives. And you get rewarded because you know you did the right thing. You know that you spent your life helping other people, not just helping yourself.
Oh, you got two of them.
only authorized personnel should be on the field. Thank you. Cocoa Bean football game. The Hershey Rotary Club and the Hershey Cocoa Bean game both started in 1943. While we celebrate the 80th Cocoa Bean game this evening, or this afternoon, we are celebrating 80 years of service by the Hershey Rotary to the Hershey community. Proceeds from this event go to the Hershey Community Youth Alliance. Student leaders from the Milton Hershey School and Hershey High School work together to provide local, national, and international community service projects. Since 1943, the Hershey Rotary Club has served the Hershey community by carrying on Mr. and Mrs. Hershey's legacy of giving back, by coordinating the annual Cocoa Bean game, providing financial support to Hershey youth sports teams and organizations, recognizing high school student academic excellence and community service through its Student of the Month and Service Above Self awards. They also donate to the Hershey Fire Company and other civic safety organizations. Supporting and encouraging international understanding through inbound and outbound high school student exchange programs. The Hershey Rotary Club, made up of nearly 100 of the area's most respected business, professional, and civic leaders, reaches well beyond the Hershey community by supporting the efforts of the Rotarians worldwide. In addition to today being the Cocoa Bean game, this is also the Milton Hershey School homecoming weekend. We'd like to give a special shout out to the following classes who are celebrating special years of their reunion. A 5th year reunion for the class of 2018. 10-year reunion for the class of 2013. 15 years for the class of 2008. 20-year reunion for the class of 2003. 25th year reunion for the class of 1998. 30th year reunion for the class of 1993. 35 years is being celebrated by the class of 1988. 40 years celebrated by the class of 1983. 45 years, the class of 1978. Big 50-year reunion for the class of 1973. 55 years is being celebrated by the class of 1968. 60th year, celebrated by the class of 1963. 65-year reunion tonight for the class of 1958. 70th reunion for the class of 1953. And a 75th year reunion for the class of 1948. And last but certainly not least, celebrating their 80th year reunion today is the class of 1943. We'd also like to take a couple quick minutes to recognize those Spartans who were, as part of this homecoming weekend, inducted into the Hall of Fame. The goal of the Spartan Hall of Fame is to honor the accomplishments of alumni, teachers, and staff while at MHS, and to provide our students with additional inspiration and motivation to excel in their own athletic and the visual and performing art endeavors. The 2023 Spartan Hall of Fame inductees were honored during a ceremony yesterday. In the area of athletics, Samuki Sam Bala, class of 2001. Dante Blakey, the class of 2006. Pat Lynch, the class of 1990. And the 1995 girls track team. In the area of visual and performing arts, Todd Kress, class of 1993. Kevin Hanna, class of 1993. Derek Proctor, class of 2017. And Shaquem Smith, class of 2013. We would also like to recognize this year's Alumnus of the Year. The Milton Hershey School Alumnus of the Year began in 1954. Recipients of the award have demonstrated humanitarianism and exemplary service to others, achieved distinguished service in their careers, and exhibited high standards of achievements both personally and professionally. This year, we'd like to recognize Robin Ferrer, class of 2000. Robin has described his time at the school as the most significant and transformative experience. Before enrolling at MHS, his experience battling inner-city poverty in New York City left him broken and hopeless with a loss of ambition and dreams. Today, he serves as Assistant Vice President of Emergency Services for the Mount Sinai Health System, the largest academic medical center in the same city where he grew up. Each person shared something with me that gave me hope and promise for the future, said Robin. But more importantly, every person at MHS showed me love and warmth. They accepted me for who I am and were deeply invested in making me a better person. This year, the Milton Hershey School Alumni Association also honored some honorary alumni members. This year, Milton Hershey School Alumni Association will be honoring the following retirees for their contributions and services to MHS by inducting them at the Milton Hershey School Alumni Association honorary members. Please join us in congratulating Coach Bob Geyer, Pastor Mike Wagner, and Mr. Rick Stennett. Good afternoon, and welcome to Henry Hershey Field on the Milton Hershey School campus. Your complimentary admission entitles you to see skills developed by the students in an educational setting. Please give these student athletes your positive support and encouragement. Booing, taunting, and intimidating the opponents or officials is unacceptable. Sportsmanship is expected from all parties at all times. Today's game is between the Trojans of Hershey High School and your Milton Hershey Spartans. First, the starting offensive lineup for the visiting Trojans. At quarterback, number 5, a sophomore, Cameron Sweeney. At running back, a senior, number 32, Angel Cabrera. At fullback, an 11th grader, number 33, Sean Elliott. At tight end, a senior, number 89, Isaiah Danner. At wide receiver, a senior, number 3, Derek Guzman. At the other receiver, a senior, number 10, Joe Agarto. At left tackle, number 55, a junior, Julian Sharp. At left guard, number 52, a senior, Corey Schaefer Jr. At senior, Ethan Castillo, number 63. At right guard, number 53, a senior, David Essis. And at right tackle, a senior, number 72, Tucker Velasquez. The Trojans are head coached by Mark Painter. Assistant coaches, Emenko Sweeney, David Gorley, Dan Koval, Todd Ryan, Brandon Swords, Eric Bangert, Dr. Paul Curtin, Gene Sharp. Now, the starting defensive lineup for the Spartans. At one defensive back, number 3, senior, Sincere Rasco. At defensive back, number 8, senior, Ajani Beckley. At defensive back, a sophomore, number 26, Isaiah Zogar. At defensive back, a sophomore, number 20, Freddie Bond. At linebacker, a senior, number 42, Adrian Rodriguez. At linebacker, number 33, a senior, Tony Mason. At the other linebacker, a senior, number 5, Niger Cottrell. And at linebacker, a junior, number 14, Alex Morales Monzon. On the defensive line, number 18, senior, Michael Bleedy. On the defensive line, senior, number 77, Logan Lesh. And on the defensive line, a senior, number 15, Jamal Keith. Just a quick point of history that this is only the third time in the history of the cocoa bean where the cocoa bean and homecoming are on the same weekend. Entering the field now, the visiting Hershey Trojans.
All right, welcome to the taking the field for the 80th Cocoa Bean is the Milton Hershey Spartans, led by Captain Michael Bleedy, carrying the Spartan flag. I'm one of your commentators, Roger Smith, class of '85, along with my partner in crime,
Dennis Moore, biology teacher and assistant track coach to Coach Smith.
Excellent. Well, the conditions here, if you cannot tell, it's slightly raining. It's not a downpour, but could be a factor in some of the strengths and weaknesses of both programs. We know for a fact that Hershey loves to run the football. And Milton Hershey would like to run the football, but their passing game has been their strength so far this season.
Yeah, definitely, Coach. Jason Burney's had a great start to the year. Nice interview with Jeff Boger this week about how Jason's developed over his 4 years, and has a nice group of receivers there. And it will be interesting. The rain was coming down in buckets about an hour ago, but it's slowed down to about drizzle right now. So hopefully they can get the ball off and do what they've had success with.
I know this week we had Coach Boger buy some material to keep the football dry, and here we have the respect for the national anthem. All right. We're moments away from this historic rivalry game.
Here we go, Spartans.
We see a couple of alumni to the right there. We got Carrington Smith and Daquan Burney, all alumni Milton Hershey School of Spartan football and Spartan track and field. And Carrington played Spartan basketball also.
Junior Logan was just in the booth, wrestling and football. Junior.
Yes.
Up in State College now with Aleem Abe Karoma, one of our outstanding defensive linemen from the last 2 decades.
Wow, 2 decades.
Yeah, we've been here a while, Coach. I found a picture from '96 this morning. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
We've been here a while.
All right, captains are going out. We got Angel Roberts, number 1, number 11, Muhammad Karoma, number 7, Elijah Johnson, and number 18, Michael Bleedy. Representing the Spartans. Several 3-sport athletes out there.
None of these guys will be playing for Scott Rooney in his first year as the Milton Hershey Spartans boys basketball coach.
Hershey won the toss but is deferring to the second half, so Milton Hershey will go on offense first. One of the captains for Hershey is number 72, which is Tucker Volotsky, who is the son of one of our administrators here at Milton Hershey School. There's a lot of ties of administrators, teachers, and staff who kids play for Hershey, which always makes things very interesting.
Yes, his dad Tyler played up at Penn State on the defensive line many moons ago.
Hershey High School will be tossing defers in the second half. Milton Hershey will receive.
Milton Hershey's receiving the ball. Fortunately for Hershey High School, they'll be kicking with the wind to their back, so this may be a touchback predetermining. The flag to our left is wrapped around the flagpole, and even then it is beaten pretty briskly.
Yeah, the wind's blowing here, Coach Smith. Looks like Alex and Mo are deep. Alex actually ran for us this summer in our Mills for Life track club. Had a lot of success. Good to see him getting a lot of minutes here as a junior.
Alex is taking advantage of the opportunity of Milton Hershey School. He has not been in our school for more than a year yet, but has been involved and has given back to the community. And that kick goes 3 yards deep into the end zone. And the Spartans going to start first down on the 20-yard line. I project that wind's going to be a huge factor today, Coach.
I agree with you, Coach Smith. Tell you what, though, we have a full stadium on the Milton Hershey side. I'm seeing student homes out here, elementary, middle division, senior division, about 1,000 umbrellas.
And our cheerleaders are wrapped up in their see-through ponchos.
Yeah. Bands in the end zone.
Spartans come out with a double set, single back in the backfield.
Looks like Hershey's in a cover 2 to start.
Ball's up, the wind knocks it down. Ooh. Oh. We are already seeing how that wind's going to be a factor.
Brian Medwayne, is how you pronounce it for Hershey. He got a hand on it, but the wind was the biggest defender there, Coach.
We had Paris Blackstone that was open. It was hard for him to make an adjustment on that ball because it was almost like a curve ball or a knuckler. It just fell out the sky.
And he actually had 2 steps on him.
Milton Hershey's going quick. Same balance set.
Fake handoff.
Fake hand.
Looks like that was a designed run, Coach.
Not sure what that was, Coach. I don't know if it was play action pass and it just collapsed, but nonetheless, it's a tackle for a loss.
I was actually watching. I saw the ball fake, and I checked out here at the 2 receivers, and both immediately went to block.
Oh,
so my assumption it was a run. I'm trying to figure out what Hershey's trying to do defensively against us with the rain.
So we got trips to the side and overload with a single back. Sprinting out. He's got to open up his shoulders. He's left-handed.
Oh!
So Bernie throws across his body. And once again, the wind's going to be a factor.
Right.
You got to have some stuff on that ball today. So Hershey takes over with the interception.
Senior Derek Guzman with the interception. That time looked like they were man-to-man, Coach. He followed him underneath the defense the entire way and got right in front of him before the pass got there.
Hershey takes over the ball on the 22. Hershey's offense is a run-oriented offense, a veer option read offense. They take advantage of the huge offensive line.
Expect to see 33 get the ball about 25 times a day. He's in fullback right behind the quarterback, and there's 33.
It's a good job.
Phil.
Good job.
Michael Bleedy down the line of scrimmage with a nice tackle.
That's a good cut down there. I expect that the quarterback will be pulling that on display if they go to that play again.
Right.
One play leads to another when you go to the veer option.
Those of you at home who don't watch a lot of football, as they run receivers in motion and people in motion, our defense has to here they have guys in a shift.
We're
All
on.
those guys have to be covered.
Hershey goes unbalanced to the right. Oh, that's offsides.
Yeah, he was moving.
Penalty against Hershey. And this is the ideal situation that you want to get the Hershey in.
Right.
You want them to be in long yardage so they can't ground out that 4 or 5 yards a pop.
42 Adrian Rodriguez did a nice job of filling that hole. I'm curious to see when they go in balance like that. We can do that the whole game. That takes away one of their strengths.
Okay, pretty balanced set here.
Right.
Still single back. Wow.
Coach, that time they put 33 Sean Elliott. They put him stacked right behind the left tackle. Ball was snapped. He pulled like an extra offensive guard
Yes.
coming through the hole.
There's many descriptions for that. It's like having a tight end in the backfield.
Right.
You know, we hear teams call it a super back or traditionally it's a fullback, but they line up and they pull just like an extra lineman.
They have him in the backfield again, back at fullback. Coach, it looks like here in their first couple of plays, they're not even attempting to make it look like veer option. They're just handing off to the fullback.
They're just giving the ball.
Yeah.
They're going to ground. Coach Painter is a college teammate of mine, and he believes in just grinding the ball out and man-on-man blocking and just being a little tougher than your opponent. Wow.
Tell you, Coach, what Hershey's doing a great job of right now. That Isaiah Danner, 89. That kid's bigger than us, and he's down blocking. He's taking out 2 kids every time he down blocks. Then they have a guard pulling and kicking out whoever fills.
Right. Yeah, it's almost like a belly type of situation where he's like countering, starting one way, going the other way, letting the lead blockers get in front of him and clear it out. Now they got the 3 horsemen, double tight end, 3 horsemen in the backfield.
2 lead blockers. Touchdown. I remember in the late, what was called 2000s, like 2006, 7, 8, when Steel High was on their state championship run. When they got by the end zone, that's exactly what they did. They would go a T formation like that with 2 tight ends, just run right at you.
Yeah, it's designed to get the real tough, hard yardage, and it's almost a pride offense of we're just going to move bodies, and not one person's going to bring you down, except if it's 4 yards later.
Right. But what beats that? You have to build piles at the point of attack. You have to get through gaps. You have to grab at ankles. If you're attacking with your head up and catching, it's going to be a long day for Milton Hershey.
It's going to be long, and especially you cannot give Hershey, a ground team, a short field.
Right.
They took over at the 22-yard line right there, and we even had them in a situation where it was 2nd and 15,
Right.
and they got like a 12-yard gain on one running play, and they ran that same play 3 more times. You know, it's kind of that concept, you know, run things until they stop it.
Yeah.
And we have to find a way of stopping that.
Especially in high school football. These kids aren't playing all spring and have meetings 4 hours a day. If it works, use it.
My concern in that first series for us, Dan, is that we did not attempt to run the ball at all in that first series. That's concern, especially with our faces in the wind. That ball's going to dip when we're trying to pass it. That's
This might be
returnable.
returnable.
It's
Yeah,
returnable.
It's Alex.
Oh, Alex,
get
come
possession,
on.
Alex. Get
Let's go.
possession.
Get up to speed. Come on.
Get a field. There we go. There we go, Alex.
Good job.
Played
Alex,
the full play there, Coach. Proud of him.
Alex might need to wipe his eyeglasses so he doesn't badly judge that ball again.
Yeah.
But he's a great kid, man.
Yeah,
he's
he
a
is a
great
great kid.
kid.
Yeah, he got here last year on campus, and we got him in class. Mr. Jeff Bowen and I, we teach together, and from day one, man, he was bright-eyed, doing everything he could to be successful, asking good questions. Really happy he's a part of the Milton Hershey School.
He's a student that is so happy with the Milton Hershey opportunity.
Yes.
And he's taking full advantage of it.
Yeah, they went
There we
run.
go.
There we go.
There we
Nice. Nice.
There you go.
Nice. Elijah Johnson.
Elijah Johnson on that carry right up the middle. First tackler couldn't bring him down, kept his legs churning. Got a gain of 9. You have to make him respect your run game.
This weather, Coach, I'd love to see an old school. Both teams run right at you. There we go. Guard pull and a nice kick out block. Keep going. It's running hard.
So that's a 1. That's a first down off a great effort. Angel Cabrera, their inside linebacker and top fullback, is laying on the turf right now, hoping the young man will be okay. He's a great spirit. He embodies Hershey Trojans football. I had to coach against him when he was a freshman, and I could tell right away that he was going to be very, very special.
Coach Smith, you know who was a Hershey Trojan growing up?
Who's that?
Bob Geyer.
You mean the honorary alumni who's getting inducted today, Robert Geyer.
Robert Geyer. He may be the first Hershey graduate inducted into the Milton Hershey School Alumni Association. It's pretty special.
It's really hard to believe because he embodies Spartan pride, Milton Hershey pride. And if you didn't know his background, you would not even believe that he was a Hershey Trojan.
Yeah. There we go.
Okay. Get out of bounds. Oh, they call holding.
Where's the flag, Coach?
The flag's on about the 39-yard line.
Yeah.
There was a good isolation block out
Right.
there, but I think that his hands got outside of his frame, so that might have been an easy call for that official who was standing right there. It'll be 10 yards, so it may be still a 1. It's still a 1.
Jason's dangerous, Coach. He can move, and he makes good decisions.
He has that kind of speed that you really can't judge. You know, some
Yeah.
guys you could just tell quick and fast, but he's kind of elusive.
Yeah.
Regardless, it's still a first down.
Get a field. There we go.
Carried by number 7, Johnson.
Didn't have much of a gap there, but he squared his shoulders pretty well.
As you know, we used to teach, square your shoulders and get
Yeah.
north and south, man.
Yeah, north
Head
and south.
towards the end zones, not to the spectators.
I was reminiscent of a Roosevelt Davis coach.
Oh, wow.
About 20 years ago, Roosevelt was our leading tailback and ended up having a nice career at Bucknell University. Or Michael Bleedy with a pancake block on the pull.
We get that quick screen out to our offensive left. That ball's taking a while to get there. And we had good conversion, but we got third down and about 5-yard line. We got a host of things here.
Yeah.
Looking at the sideline, Hershey's inside linebacker and fullback is still there being treated by the trainers.
Pass quick to Michael.
Good job,
Nice
Bleedy.
job, Michael.
Getting his
Way to
hands
redirect. There we go.
underneath it.
Yep.
I'm not sure if that got tipped or it's just getting knocked down by the
That
wind.
might have been the wind, Coach. That might have been the wind.
I was commenting to our announcer last week, Jay Garvey, that Bernie's passes have a funny slope to it, and with this wind, it's getting emphasized even more.
Right.
Let's go,
Nice
EJ.
cut. Get
Let's
it,
go.
Phil. Get it, Phil.
Come
Go,
on.
go.
Let's
There
go.
we go.
Great block and good
Nice
job.
job.
Touchdown, EJ Johnson.
Nice blocking up front again, Coach. He squared his shoulders, found the seam, and our wide receiver had a nice block. Did a good job of not holding, just letting the guy get off him once the runner was passed.
Ironically, that whole series is set up being able to run the ball. As I had said before, the kickoff return, we have to be able to run the ball so that no one could just sit back.
They've actually had success with this muddle huddle. It's what coaches often call this look where you just have a center, a holder, and a kicker, and then your line is off to the side. They've had success with that this year.
There he is.
There it is. That's 2-point conversion. Nice job.
Nice 2-point conversion.
And again, talking to coaching staff, this is something where most teams show that, then they kick it. Our coaching staff this year has a philosophy, let's use it. Let's use it to score some points. And, even if they're not successful all the time, odds are they'll score more points than just on an extra point.
There's a high percentage in using the muddle huddle because there's several options to it. But, Coach, here's the thing with that play right there.
Yeah.
The guy that was out to kick the extra point is not a regular kicker. Our regular kicker just came back from a soccer game and is in the locker room getting changed right now.
Right.
And so that fake extra point was set up because our regular kicker,
Gage Thomas
is in the locker room getting changed right now. He just got back from his soccer game. So
he was in York.
Yeah.
He was eating an Uncrustable when the kickoff happened.
He just ran out onto the screen. You'll see him in the gold shoes.
Yeah.
In the gold shoes. He's gonna run out. He's gonna run out now.
Right
there
now,
he goes, number 24, tucking his shirt in. I'm not sure if his cleats are even tied.
Or does he have a mouthpiece?
But the Thomas twins have done a great job. They came to our school about 3 years ago. Bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, great competitors, great students on and off the field. And here he is kicking in his first cocoa bean game and homecoming.
And Gage may have the longest kick for a score in Milton Hershey soccer history. Did you see
Oh
that
my
video?
gosh, yeah, my son Tyree Smith, who covers for Penn Live, he was covering that game and Gage as a goalkeeper, kicked the ball out and scored the whole length of the field.
Yeah, it took one bounce and just right over the goalie's fingertips, in for the goal. Yeah, amazing.
It looks like Hershey's going to elect to have a re-kick.
Right, falling out of bounds.
That's something that as a coach I do all the time. I'm like, if they're going to keep giving me 5 yards, 5 yards, I'm going to give my kids a chance, especially my returners, if they're electric, to take it to the house.
And with this weather, field position's everything in this weather. Like you said, you give Hershey a short field, they have a pretty good chance of scoring. You make Hershey go 80 yards, running the ball 5 yards a pop, counting on 11 kids doing the right thing every play. They're high school kids. That's difficult.
And correct. And plus, once again, we're kicking into the wind, so we can't kick the ball deep. Gage has a good leg on him, but not with a 15-mile-per-hour wind.
No.
He has to keep it low and hard. So they fielded at about the
north and south.
The 16, 17.
You start at the 40.
So they're starting at the 35. So it's the same spot because they would have been spotted at the 35 anyways. But
you had the chance.
Yeah, Coach Painter gave his team a chance to get a little bit more. But Spartans did a great job of rallying to that football. Now I'll be interested to see if Angel Cabrera's back in the game at fullback, and he is.
He is, yeah. Angel's in there.
He is. It'll take something other than a stinger or two to keep him out of this game.
I guess coaches are going to run to the left side of the ball here, right off the tackle's butt. They're going to put 33. They ran right behind him.
Oh, here's the option. The keep with the option. No one's home.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a great play.
That's a great play.
By Tony Mason.
Tony, for you guys listening at home, Tony's in his senior year. He's been starting since his sophomore year. Quiet, soft-spoken kid, bright kid. I had him in class. He just understands things well. He's been a cog in their defense for years.
I got to know Tony during the last 2 years, especially during the pandemic years. He used to have these huge headphones, and his nickname was Radio Raheem for me, and I had to school him on the old school what Radio Raheem was, and all he does is work hard on the football field.
Coach, I talked earlier about getting penetration. We're getting some penetration now, which we weren't earlier.
I think we probably have to settle at the heel line and,
Right.
and
Got a little too
redirect.
deep. Right.
Yeah.
That's Tony coming out. Problem with his helmet, it looks like. Yeah, problem with his helmet.
Does he break his face mask?
Oh, no.
Someone needs to give him a different helmet.
Yeah,
Get the same size and someone give him a different helmet, he can get back in.
switch chin strap. Motion. Oh, get hand off 32.
Man,
Running hard. Got tackled.
that's a
low.
16-yard gain.
Yeah.
And he probably gained about 14 of those yards after contact.
Yeah.
Legs just churning, pad level low.
Right.
Coach, you're showing your age. You said get a new chin strap. With these new helmets,
Yeah.
there's no adjustment. We just pull the straps and they
really?
they self-adjust.
I haven't even seen the new helmets.
It's incredible.
Thank,
Yeah, it's like a zip tie.
yeah. I remember the old helmets. You'd be wearing them all year, and you'd go take it off, and the side that you didn't pull off every day would be
Yeah.
rusted to your
Yeah.
head. Yeah.
No doubt. Hershey's had 2 penalties that has backed them up twice, but it hasn't hurt them.
No,
It
they're
hasn't hurt them.
confident in their run game, Coach. A little pistol offense here.
Seeing motion coming across here.
Right, motion across, and again, Coach, they're setting up that option coming towards us, that motion, because on that play, our defensive backs flew to where the ball was going. I won't be surprised to see him come back this way, same motion, and then option pitch.
Coach, I'm not sure, but I'm looking at the replay here.
Yeah.
We didn't go across with that motion at all, so I guess we're playing a zone.
Oh, yeah.
On second and long, I'm coming back. Oh, we got trips to our left
Trips to
here.
our side. Switches the defensive back situation. Motion, yeah, we're in definitely a zone. Pitch,
Option.
pitch.
We're there.
Get there. Make a play.
We're
make
there.
A play.
Oh,
make a play.
come on.
Grabbing jerseys.
We got to stay low center of gravity.
Adrian Rodriguez, one of our starting linebackers, is down. Not yet. About 3 minutes to go here in the first quarter, Coach.
There are a lot of alumni in the stadium here. If you're not familiar with Milton Hershey homecoming, it's one of the top homecomings on the East Coast. Thousands upon thousands upon thousands of alumni come back to their high school. It's a special deal. There might be the stands might be packed, but behind the stands,
Yeah.
it's even more.
I saw Rafael Balthazar from 2003. There you go. Adrian's up. And it took me 10 minutes to get from the back of the stadium to the staircase just talking to kids, which is great having them all back. I said, Raph, I got to go. I got to get up there.
Coach, we have a
we're
comment
fortunate.
here. We have a comment from Cynthia in Croatia who's watching the game. And she's saying that the announcement is exceptional right now. So I guess we're doing something right.
I'm guessing that's Cynthia Tratine, who's part of our health science education
she's
staff.
traveling around the world.
Yes.
That's right.
Martha
That's right.
Skwersky. Who else is with them? Angie Ryan. I believe it was Angie Ryan's birthday recently. Happy birthday, Angie Ryan. A lot of women who dedicated their lives to the kids in Milton Hershey School. Wow. Nice job up the gut. And a rainy day like this, I'm sure we have some staff at home. For you people listening who aren't in the school building every day, we have some adults who are truly committed to helping our Milton Hershey students. It's a blessing to work with them every day.
Angel Cabrera is just a tough-nosed runner. He stays low. He makes people bounce off of his pads. He has good balance. And we need to tackle him, but we need to bring some friends also.
Yeah.
And their offensive linemen up front do a nice job of just getting on bodies. It's a good job there.
Yeah, I took a minute there to spotlight on the Velosky young man. What's his first name here? Tucker. On Tucker getting out of his stance, because he's a tall kid, and I was a tall lineman. It's difficult to get under kids in high school. He does a nice job getting out of his stance. 6'6".
See a comment from Simply Asia, Asia Vincent, Brandon Vincent's sister
Yes.
down in Lancaster, who's a beautician, hairstylist, does braids, does a great job.
Brandon Vincent. Brandon was a great science student.
Carried by Cabrera. Tackle by number 14. Alex.
Takes away
Mama Tratine. Yeah.
Oh, man.
That's great.
Also give a shout out to Kevin Ulmer down in Wilmington, North Carolina. Your weather might be a little bit better than ours right now. Thanks for watching.
Oh,
Okay,
no, the
big down
hurricane landed just south of there, Coach.
Big down here.
North of there.
Angel Cabrera is not in the game here, and it's 3rd and 5.
No, he's not. Put Canada off number 20. Is that 20 for Hershey? Anthony Vasquez.
Couldn't see the second.
Couldn't see her 21. Is that Carter
21,
Klein?
21.
Carter Klein, yeah.
Brings up a 4th and 2.
Now, big down here, Coach.
Now Angel comes back into the game, 4th and 2. I wonder who's getting the ball.
I think Angel, Coach.
We'll see you, Troy
I don't know,
Thomas.
Coach.
Thanks for watching, man.
They may
Thanks
go
for
that
supporting.
3-back set they did up on the goal
Here come
line.
the three
Yeah, here it is,
here come the
3-back
three
set.
horsemen. We lined up off sides defense.
Yeah.
It's a free first down.
Alignment, yeah. Gave it to him.
Yeah.
Penalty on the Spartans.
Ebony Smith, thank you for sharing your son Elijah Johnson with us. He ran track for us last spring. He's just always been respectful.
Great kid.
He's a great kid, and he works extremely hard. Thank you for sharing him
Yeah,
with
thank
us.
you. Thank you for allowing us to work with him.
Okay, now they're a double tight end. Nope. Oh, come on. Yes.
Right there. That's it.
Right down the line. Big guy, 78.
And Elijah told me this week, Coach, he said if he gets mentioned on there, his favorite snack are the Hasbro gummy bears in the white bag. Right, Mom, if you're
Yes.
listening.
Trust
Hasbro gummy bears in the white bag.
Trust me, Yvonne Cross was one of my favorites. I spent a lot of time with him. Naeem was one of my favorites. And EJ is one of my favorites also. All three have always been extremely respectful and worked hard and represented our school in the best light.
Yes.
Thank you for sharing them.
Yes, thank you. All right, and the first quarter, Coach, Milton Hershey by a point. Hershey's moving the ball. If we can keep moving the ball and not turn it over, this could be a close one.
And this better be loud. Milton Hershey, where is the alumni division?
This is an awesome setup. The cloud would move out, that'd be great. It looks like the wind has died down.
Yeah.
The flag is barely moving a little bit. Still, it's not as strong as it was prior.
It's difficult to throw a wet ball and catch a wet ball.
Just this week, I know Coach Boger from the athletic department was getting some stuff to keep the footballs dry. It's called dry ball, and you see that sometimes on upper programs.
Right.
So it takes all the moisture off the ball. You got to keep switching it out. So 2nd and 10 for the Trojans to start the second quarter. Looks like they're heavy right here.
They are heavy right, 33 right behind the tackle. Ooh, we did a nice job blowing that up in the backfield. Really nice job blowing that up in the backfield.
Everybody was accounted for. I think because Sweeney went to pull that football, and either he couldn't push off because of his ankle that he hurt last week against Cedar Cliff, but we had a guy there anyways. So we had the fullback, we had the quarterback. Not sure about the pitchback on the replay. It doesn't even matter because number 50.
Right.
Number 50, I think they.
And 58, Mark Reed. 58, Mark Reed. He's a young man that I talked to Coach Baker about. New to our school, is really putting in a lot of effort, working hard. He blew up the line of scrimmage there.
Is their first pass? Ball's, tight end's wide
Tight
open.
end 89. Nice tackle coming across the field.
Sweeney passing to number 89, Tanner.
Is that Adrian coming across?
First down.
Adrian Rodriguez.
Line number 44, Damian.
Or that was Damian Matos. Damian Matos on the tackle.
That tight end ran a corner route.
Yeah.
He's not very fast, but you have to respect their running game so much. The eyes are in the backfield.
Other coaches up top are watching how we're covering that tight end as he down blocks. Is anyone really staying with him? And we've gotten to the point where we're just filling that hole and no one's keeping an eye on him. Down block and lead with two other backs, coach.
Yeah, that's
Tough to stop.
That's tough. That's a lot of weight.
Yeah.
As far as physical weight and poundage, that's denting the line of scrimmage, and then you have a tailback like Cabrera who's going to just punish anybody who tries to tackle him until he gets to the end zone.
That 2-point conversion of that, the chess match of football, that changes things. If you're Hershey, you think, okay, we're running the ball, we can just drive down, score, kick an extra point. If with us having that simple 2-point conversion, that always puts us up one,
Yeah.
With Gage back, Gage is an exceptional kicker. Kick is good.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. All those things are factors. Every point counts.
Yep.
Every point counts, and this game, if we stick to the formula that we had in that second drive, this is going to be a very competitive game.
Right.
It could be down to the last possession, as cocoa beans are usually
Often do.
usually tight contests.
Yeah.
I remember last year in Hershey Park Stadium, we had one play, and it was very interesting because Hershey defensive back held, and they just knew that the holding penalty was not going to give them a first down. It just gave us another play, and then they defended again, and they stopped us from scoring and winning the game.
Right.
Because, in the NFL, pass interference or holding in the end zone, things of that nature, it's like an automatic first down, but not in PIAA
not in high
school ball. I learned something new that day.
I think we all did.
After I calmed down my emotions. Offsides them.
Yeah, Hershey offsides.
Yep, and the wind's up a little bit, but they're not going to kick to Angel or any of those.
It's like the range really
guys.
slowed down here
Yeah,
too.
it's slowed down. The wind's, the flag is flickering a little bit. They're not going to put the ball in the air. It would be ideal if we can get a great return here and take it to their house.
With the wind at our back, that allows Jason to throw the ball a little better. Squib kick.
Yep.
We'll get a
This
field.
is our receiver,
of the football.
number 4, who's a very good sticky receiver, has great hands.
Little Paris.
We got a whole bunch of alumni watching from across the country. Troy Thomas is watching from Portland, Oregon. Coach, he was 2 hours away from us when we were out there in Eugene, Oregon this summer. Man, a beautiful country, beautiful coastline. Just very interesting. Got Susan Hopkins from West Virginia, thank you. Eileen Farquest, 63, number 63 goes to Milton Hershey. Wolfgang Quisenberry.
One of our throwers.
Yes.
Track team.
Great guy.
Nice cut.
That's a nice run.
Really nice run.
It's a real nice run. We got to keep denting them.
You brought up Oregon there, Coach. We talked about Alex earlier, Alex being on our track team and went back there for kicks. Alex dove into the freezing Pacific Ocean this summer. Do you remember that? We were getting our toes in the water, and Alex just dove right in. Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
he did. So we're going with some tempo here. Hershey pretty much has like a 5 to 6 man front.
Yeah.
I mean, they're crowding the line.
They're challenging us to pass.
Haley Dennis is one of my favorite people. I mean, she helps us. She helps people fly. She's a air traffic controller. Has went the long route. Has done a great job of just working on her career. Always looking how to give back to Milton Hershey School. Very, very fortunate. Ooh.
They blew that. We had Michael Bleedy pulling the cross line scrimmage again, and they blew up the down block. They got through it before we could get there.
So this is a big play here. We got 4th and 5. We have the wind to our back.
We're going to go for it, Coach.
Yeah. 4th and 3. Freeze them.
Is that timeout, Milton Hershey? Or Hershey? Timeout, Hershey.
Yeah. We can hear the Hershey coaches down a couple of booths yelling for timeout because they weren't set up correctly to defend the empty setup that Milton Hershey have. So looking at these comments, Coach, we got Howard Hass down in Charlotte, North Carolina. Howard kicked football and soccer player, ice hockey.
Actually helped with our transitional living staff for a little bit. Yeah, it's good to have him back on campus. That's been a nice connection for our graduates to come back and help out and live on campus, build up a little bit of income, you know what I mean, and really give back to the school. We have some young guys now. See, Will, who do I see? Will Evans is doing that right now. There's a number of guys.
Yes, there's a number of alumni over there, and they're doing a great job as young adults, inspiring our seniors.
Because they've been through it. Coach, there's a young man down there who played a Georgetown offensive line. See him?
Yes, sir.
Helping out.
Back shoulder throw.
Nice. Their coaches were yelling that our normal punter wasn't in there. All right, we had Jason Burney as the punter. We're lined up in a little bit deeper in his normal set, which I think threw their defensive backs off a little bit.
You just threw a simple hitch route to Angel Roberts. You got to respect his speed.
Right.
And he does a great job of running precise routes.
Yeah.
Against us, number four took off.
Yeah. Got to get set, get a great stance, get balanced.
Taryn Taylor, to answer your question, there are some times when the Cocoa Bean and Homecoming are the same. I've seen it happen probably about 3 other times. So we've got a gain of 5 there. E.J. Johnson with a hard, tough run.
Got a shout out there from Aaron Dabney, you guys at home. Aaron Dabney is serving our country right now in the Middle East. Love you, Aaron. Glad to see you watching.
One of our favorite people, man. He's a resident of the D.C., Maryland area. Anytime we're down there for indoor track, he wants to come and sneak over.
Yeah.
Got a quick screen out there.
His wife, Sultana.
Nice block.
He's a psychologist down there. Looking nice cut, Angel. Nice cut. Get in there, Angel. Get in there.
There's a flag down on the 30 here. We had a block come out to the side. Oh, we had a clip. We got a clip on the replay. It was a clear block in the back. Yeah. I'm not sure. I didn't catch the number, but the lineman pulling out there, he totally destroyed a guy, and it freed Angel up.
Right. Coach, I was talking to someone this past week, and as I get older, I can't remember names real well, but I was talking to somebody about the idea of pursuit to the football when you're playing teams like a Bishop McDevitt who throws the ball around, and some of these offenses that are run now, how important it is to get guys the football. And I always bring up the Aaron Dabney play. We're playing Steele and Highspire. One of the years they actually won the state championship.
Come on,
nice
Bleedy.
ball downfield. Nice
Come on,
catch.
Bleedy.
Right.
Let's go,
Nice.
Bleedy.
Oh.
Let's go.
There we go.
Michael Bleedy on a hitch and go up the sideline.
Nice catch, Michael.
Tracked the ball down. Did his best. So he 1st and goal from about the 2-yard line.
I think they're lined up quickly. I'll get back to that Aaron Dabney story in a minute.
We got a timeout by Hershey.
The story by Aaron was, if you remember, we threw tie ball game. We threw an interception at the end of the ball game in the far end zone down there where the paramedics are, and Steel High's coming up the sideline. No time on the clock. Aaron Dabney was the far side tight end down here around the 20-yard line and took off, and he full speed knocked their defensive back out of bounds at about the 5-yard line, or it had been Steel High touchdown, game over.
Correct.
Instead, we go to overtime. Mike Williams catches the ball on the far right side here. We win the football game against Steel High.
Nice.
But it came down to just that basic, you have to fly to the football. And Aaron was a track kid for us and an incredibly hard-working kid. That saved the ball game. That allowed us to get to overtime and actually beat Steel High that year.
So first down from the 2-yard line. Hershey has their goal line defense in.
Nice trap inside.
Yes, sir.
Nice trap inside. Our right guard pulled, coach, and did a heck of a job there.
Let's see the replay
like
here,
Connor
Coach.
Miller. See. He was a little high, but he got on his block. Yeah, we'll take that.
We'll take that. Here we go with
the old lineman. You got to appreciate it. Here we go, muddle huddle.
Here we go to muddle huddle. The irony of the muddle huddles, Hershey used to run this all the time.
That's right.
And we had to prepare for it.
And it takes time away from practice.
Yep.
Make sure everybody's covered.
You see our soccer / football extra point field goal kicker Gage Thomas with the gold shoes.
Oh, it went through.
Holy cow.
Those low ones off.
We need to make sure to get a dry football in there on extra points.
Puts us up by a point, coach. Again, that first 2-point conversion was huge.
That first 2-point conversion, if this all works out and we have a 1-point victory,
yes,
it'll be a result of a multi-in-season, multi-sport athlete.
And slow traffic on 83 and South, or 83 North.
Yes.
Getting the bus back.
Yes.
Yeah.
One of my alumni compadres, Jaden Paris, is trying to call me on my phone. Jaden, I'm working right now, buddy. I'm gonna try to text you, but I couldn't answer the phone.
All right. Ball's going to be
Nice
returnable.
placement.
Nice. Yep.
Inside the hash. There's a hole there.
Oh, yeah.
There's a hole there. There's a hole there.
Oh,
Gage Thomas. Gage Thomas. Gage Thomas with the hit.
Coach, you say that. They got on our kids. I don't know if they were legal holds or not, but they were sticking to them like glue, and there was a huge seam there. Well, nice job, Gage.
Hey, what's up? Hey. Yeah, well, I'm in the booth announcing right now.
Motion to number 3. He's getting upfield.
Thanks.
Michael Bleedy with a nice pursuit. Like we just talked, Coach, you've got to get to the football. Michael Bleedy did a nice job of getting down line of scrimmage on that.
Coach, I tell you,
What's that?
our alumni are very, very special, and I graduated with an alumni who's probably the specialist, the most special one, Peter Gert, who's the president of our school.
I've heard of him.
And he just called us up to the booth to see if I would answer, you know, because he's just a character, you know. A good character, but he's a character nonetheless.
Yeah.
Shout out to Pete Gert, president of our great institution.
Oh, nice down block. There's no lineman. Watch the down block there. They did a nice job of that.
Sincere.
Come on, make a play. Make a play. Oh. They put him down at the 1-yard line here. I'm watching the replay.
Get kick out, lead up.
Yeah.
He cuts right off of the butt. I try to teach my young kids to keep it tight, cut right off the butt.
Right. I would imagine Coach Hershey in the spring and the summer aren't doing a lot of 5 wideouts and throwing the ball around. They're working precision timing, precision steps.
Yeah,
They do a real nice job with that. And they have about 5 or 6 different run plays that they run extremely well. There is again.
You know, when your head coach is a ex-lineman,
Yeah.
a lineman at Palmyra, a lineman at Millsville University, was a captain at Millsville University, where we ran the veer offense, which is a run first. He's going to teach guys to fire off the ball and just be tough. Hershey answers that score kind of quickly on a long run.
No good,
No
Coach.
good.
No good.
That's another factor.
Huge factor.
That's another factor.
Well, Coach, we got 6:37 left in the first half. I like to think Milton Hershey can get another score on the board, and that of course puts pressure. If we can get up on the chess match here, basically up one piece. You know, we're up a score on them. That puts pressure on them in their running game.
Correct. We got a couple of people watching from Hummelstown. We got Caleb Young, who's one of our basketball coaches.
Yes.
You know, the Young family, our staff and teachers here. We also have, I know for a fact that Kylie Strong and her son, Hunter, are watching at home. Because Kylie's not big into rain. As you can imagine,
Yeah.
her hairdo and would suffer out here.
Sure.
So shout out to you.
Our
to you
hair
guys.
won't suffer.
No, our hair won't suffer.
No.
Yeah, I did my hairstyle this morning inside of 5
You'll be
minutes.
both. Yeah. I'm getting texts from teachers. They're all excited about Gage, Jason Whalen, some of our science staff. Gage making the tackle. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah. So the wind might be a little factor. Knock the ball off the tee. They're resetting it. Once again, they're going to kick it to the one of the upbacks. If I was us, I would just go 4 across to make sure that a dangerous person gets the ball.
Right.
Out of bounds. Let it go.
Bouncing out. Ooh.
Okay. Back
kick
him up.
again.
Kick it again.
Yep.
Kicking into the wind. Wet conditions. I would continue to do that if you can get as short a field as possible. So we got Suzanne Arnold, coach, from
She's in Colorado, right?
Castle Rock, Colorado.
There we go.
One of the biggest sports fans I know on the planet. Definitely she has season tickets to that the most exciting team in college football right now. She's a great educator first.
Yeah, she's part of the science department.
She's a great person first.
Right.
And then a great educator behind that, and then she's just a super fan.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go. Get up to speed. Get up to speed. The toughest thing to tackle is someone running at full speed. Gotta make a cut at full speed. But Muhammad,
Well, he was full speed. Then he cut, and he almost cut backwards.
Yeah.
Where there wasn't really a seam.
yeah.
Coach,
But-
I was watching rugby highlights. You can ask about Jennifer. I turn on rugby, and those guys, number one, most of them are in their mid-30s, and they're not wearing any pads. Some of those dudes, they get a full head of steam. I don't know how they all don't just dislocate their shoulders. It's wow. Yeah.
The tackling technique is so much better in rugby. Of course, they have to protect themselves.
Yeah.
And then they still feel pain, but they take
Right.
care of that pain after the match.
Yeah. All right, see what we got here. A little motion with Mo.
Oh, we got zip? No. Ooh, counter.
Nice counter.
Missed that block. What was that, 50?
Who was their tackler? 33. 33 did a nice job. That's Sean Elliott. They're right. Yeah, Sean Elliott, who had the ankle issue.
There's a flag down on the 40. I'm thinking it might be against the defense. Let's see. Let's try to read the body reaction here. it's against us. Alumni Stanford Mason, who's helping on the sideline, he gave me a signal kind of that he knew it was against us.
Yeah.
Personal foul. I think it was too much energy after the play. After the play.
Yeah, it's too late to see the replay.
Yeah.
Coach Smith and I are able to see about a 10-second delay up here, which is nice.
Oh.
We can see some things.
Second and 24 for the Spartans. Timeout, Milton Hershey.
So we got a timeout here. We can look at some of these comments also. This YouTube live stream is incredible, you know. We got Bradley Conley, class of 22, watching from Johnstown.
Lisa Petropola, in charge of our yearbook staff, said our kids are getting pictures today. It's awesome. Lisa's one of our fabulous Spanish teachers. Muy fantástico, would that be correct?
All I know
Muy
is,
excelente.
you know, walking past my office continuously is yearbook staff getting their IDs to take pictures and things of that nature.
Me gusta la biblioteca. You know what that means? I like the library. Shout out to my wife, Mrs. Moore, the librarian at Palmyra High School.
Bradley Paul is reminiscing on Pastor Mike, saying, "Come on, refs, that's not fair." Yeah. Coach / Pastor Wagner, Pastor Mike was notorious fans of officials. The irony is that he is an official now.
Yes, he is. Oh, nice
balance,
step back.
EJ.
Good job,
Good
EJ.
balance, good
EJ.
balance.
Got people leading him. Get a feel. There you go.
Good job.
Nice job. Boy, he has good
That
balance.
makes it manageable. A 3rd and 4 for
Very
the Spartans.
manageable.
What's the clock looking like, Coach?
We got 5:57, Coach. Hershey's up 20-15, 20-15 right now.
And Hershey has 1 timeout. We have 2. Is that reflected on the clock?
Yep, 1 timeout left.
We got pass.
Quick pass.
Slant.
That's it.
Oh my goodness.
They rule the catch. Yeah, it was rule the catch.
Flag on the play.
Let's look at the
Watching
replay, Coach.
Here, yeah.
I think he might have taken 2 steps after the catch.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
About 3rd step.
I don't think there's any question mark about was it a catch and a fumble.
Right.
We have unsportsmanlike conduct on top of that against the Spartans. So we're going to turn over the ball and give them 15 yards. And with what, under 4 on the clock, Coach?
Still 5:52.
5:52.
More than enough time with their offense. They could grind out a series here. I see Mike Bleedy trying to fire him up. We got to get low out of our stances. We got to make some piles. Can't catch.
Lee Sorrentino's watching from the class of 1987. And Lee, I still like you, brother, but he's married to a Hershey Trojan.
Wow.
You know, on this day, it's rough in your household right now.
Yeah. What's your call here, Coach?
Deanna Slammons, the ex-house parent, ex-administrator
Yes.
at schools watching at home. You know, her son played for the Hershey Trojans, and AJ is giving her a hard time right now. AJ, we'll talk after the game. Oh, just gave that 5 back.
Yeah.
You know, some penalties are, you can't be entirely mad as a coach if someone's just ready to fire out
Right.
their stance, you know.
Yeah.
But man, you just wish there was a little bit more discipline.
Yeah.
You know, because
That takes a lot of reps. That's Jamal Keith in there. I don't know how many reps he's gotten this year. I shouldn't say this year, over the last couple years. You know what I mean?
Right.
I can remember previous Cocoa Beans. Sometimes you have guys who haven't played a lot, and it's their senior year, and it's a lack of repetition thing.
Chase it down, Nigeria.
There we go. Get down the line of scrimmage.
Yep. It's interesting. Number 5, Nigeria. He's like the left defensive end, outside linebacker on this side, and on plays away, he's fast enough. He's a track guy that he could chase it down.
Yes, he can.
You know, but the other thing is they have that motion coming back the other way. They could pull that and still run option
They could run back
where he
here,
should have contained, but.
Yeah.
It looks like he's playing the boundary because now they're flipped to see number 6 and Bleedy over here, wide side.
And Hershey's coach, well, I know Doc Curtin, I know some of their staff, Al Johnson I played with in college. Those guys they're watching what we're doing to see if any of our guys are flying out of there too fast. Ooh.
Oh, boy.
Right there.
I tell you, Cabrera does a nice job of hugging that lead blocker.
Yeah.
You know, it's very rare when the tailback is bigger than the lead blocker.
Yeah.
Or the same size.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, David Maish, number 34 for Hershey's at 195, and he's usually the lead blocker.
Yeah. Here's deep motion number 3. You're sticking to it, Coach.
Carried by number 32.
It's 33.
Tackled by 33.
It's Sean Elliott. Corrections. Sean Elliott's the lead blocker on most of those.
Yeah, Sean Elliott, 33. Yeah, he's been lined up behind, and then Cabrera getting the ball.
Yeah, in that super, what we call the super back position,
Right.
and he's weighing in at 215 pounds. You know, so you have that, and then the tailback behind him, Angel Cabrera, is 225 pounds. So you collectively got 430 or 40 pounds coming at you.
Yeah. The head of steam, and their tight ends, what is he, 270? 6'6", 280 is a tight end.
Good job. Oh, wrap up.
Carried by Cabrera.
I think Hayes Fulton had great penetration there. He's just gotta wrap up.
Coach, in the advent of Instagram, you know I follow a lot of stuff in athletics and science and music and different things. There is a website, there's not a website, what'd you call it, a site there on drills. And I get a lot of good track drills for that, for like throwing javelin, throwing discus, but there's also football drills. There are some drills they do at the University of Alabama that teach defensive linemen and defensive ends how to not get overextended. It's amazing watching those kids go through those drills and how they can redirect. Hips are never coming up, great body position. Yeah.
That was a great play, great penetration. They went to the dive and then to lead out for the option. And of course, the option's not going to be very effective. You know, I would take away the pitch back today because Sweeney has a bum ankle.
Right.
He's not moving really well. I would make him keep the ball.
I agree.
Because one of two things. One, he's not going to be as dangerous as he normally is. And two, if we're able to tackle him, that could be a good effect down the road.
Yeah, wear him out a little bit.
Wear him
That was
out.
Michael Bleedy in there taking away the pitch
We
and getting back to the ball.
We got 3rd and 10, and Trojans called their last timeout.
Yeah, 2:22 on the clock.
I don't think Coach Payne liked the play call for the down and distance.
Well, we loaded up the line of scrimmage. I think we had 5 guys on the ball. Coach, you talked earlier about the early turnover, short field for Hershey, and we're seeing here, even though they're still having some success, it's difficult for them to move the ball 70 yards in 5 or 6 minutes.
Correct. You know, if you keep them away from the breakaway run, I don't think there's enough time on the clock for them to move.
Right.
We got Cynthia responding from Croatia. She's marveled at the fact that she knew all the people in Croatia that she was attending with.
I care about those people. Talked to them for a long time.
You know, Facebook for some people, it's a great way to share memories. You know, and we appreciate it, Cynthia.
Yes.
I love seeing your adventures. You've done a great job of documenting yourself, making memories around the world.
I had Robin Henderson Williams in yesterday for a while. She was with Sharon Henry and Chris Pope and I talking about some different things with some kids in her class. And as we talked about, being able to keep up with kids in some social media and just know where they are and how they're doing, and if they're not doing well, how to reach out and help some of our Milts.
So a big play here. We got 3rd and 10. 3rd and 10. I know we have 2 timeouts left. If we can get a stop here. Tight ends releasing. Tight ends
33.
releasing.
We did a great job of
Tight ends
covering their
releasing.
guys, Coach.
Tight ends releasing.
There. Oh. We started off there, Coach. They had that power back, whatever you want to call them, was actually stacked just inside the tight end that play. They hadn't shown that before, and they sent them both out in the pass. And we actually had it covered. Now, we dropped off a little late, but we actually had it covered after the line of scrimmage.
I don't know why we didn't. We were with the tight end, and then we came off.
Yeah, and then that's what I mean. We had them covered, and then we dropped off.
So here's my philosophy as a coach. It's wet out. The wind's kicking. I'm not setting up a return. I'm going after it. I'm putting the pressure on Hershey to have a perfect snap,
Right.
a perfect kick,
Right.
and I'll leave one person back. And while they're accounting for all 10 guys rushing, he should have more of a cushion to make a move.
Oh, he'll space.
That's poison.
Short punt. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. Get
Big
out of
lineman,
the
get
way.
out
We
of
got linemen there.
What is going on here?
Guys got to be aware. That
heavens, no.
ball's short. Get out of the way. Yeah. The ball is poison, guys. Get away from
The
it.
international call is poison.
Poison. Get away.
Get away from poison. You run to a sideline, run back to the line of scrimmage, but you don't go towards poison. How much time we got on the clock there, Coach?
Coach, we got 2 minutes and 6 seconds left.
2 minutes, 6 seconds with 2 timeouts.
Yep.
We have the wind to our back.
I expect us to go a little. I think Coach Berger calls this NASCAR set, where they line up right to the line of scrimmage and go. Michael Bleedy is set up there. Is that Michael? Yeah.
We had a good passing route to Muhammad.
Yeah.
That was a great hit.
Right. With the wet ball.
It's a wet ball, and naturally the guy put his shoulder pad and helmet on the ball, and it popped out. If you've played enough football and caught enough passes, there'll be some plays like that where you don't have enough time to react to tuck it away.
Michael just came out of the ball game.
And that's strange. He usually doesn't take himself out of the game.
Sure he's okay there.
So, I have to keep an eye on that.
Adrian Rodriguez there is that slot up back. Another run. Nice cut.
Good cut. First down. Let's go on the floor.
Down. There we go.
Let's go. Nitro.
Box at 117.
NASCAR, whatever teams call it.
NASCAR. Yeah, 116, 115. Clock's ticking.
Milton Hershey.
They're in man. They're blitzing.
Yeah, they are in man.
They're blitzing.
Get a feel. Here we go. The Angel. Make a play. Oh.
Give me something. No? Hand fighting?
Nothing cold.
If we get some air on that and get it up top towards the sideline,
He had a step on him, Coach.
I have faith that Angel Roberts will go up and get that.
Yeah.
Ooh.
All right, here we go, Coach. 2nd and 10, 58 seconds on the clock. Still two time. Oh, I'm sorry.
Hershey.
Yes, still 2 timeouts.
Hershey's in a 2 deep zone. We got 2 deep safeties for Hershey.
Right.
They're manned underneath. Oh man, that's against us. Goodness. Yeah, we won't see man-to-man again in this series. No. That last play, they were blitzing enough people that they had to play man. But number 3, you can't cover Angel one-on-one, so they're gonna give him some help behind.
Got trips up top.
Yeah, they're still zone, but they're outnumbered up top.
They are outnumbered. Quick
screen.
Get a feel.
Why you run?
Oh!
You run. Our linemen were there, but they ran right past the person in a different uniform.
Yeah, as an old offensive lineman, you do not pass an opposite colored jersey on the screen. There's no one behind you, guys, that's going to block him. That's your job.
I mean, our uniforms are brown. Theirs is white. Even if you're colorblind, you can see that shade difference. And
Guy, look inside out and block
my
the first
goodness.
opposite color jersey. Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Incredible.
All right. It's like we have a timeout here, Coach.
We got
Third and
Andre.
one.
We got Andre Whitaker from Harrisburg. Oh my gosh. What a great guy. See him often around the community. His kids are getting so big now. It's incredible. It makes me old.
We're not old, Coach. We're experienced.
Yeah. Samantha Parks, me and Coach Moore, we're like an onion. We got tons of different layers to us.
That's great. Oh.
Got to use a timeout now.
Yeah. Yeah, we have one left. Sorry, this will be our last timeout if we take it. It's only
fourth
38
down.
seconds.
It's fourth down.
Let me let it
Take the
click.
timeout.
Yeah, we're gonna let it roll down.
They're calling the timeout early. My strategy in that play is you go to a hard count. If the intent is to use a timeout anyways, I always go to a hard count and try to draw the defense off.
Yeah.
And then if it doesn't work, I call the timeout anyways. So I try to get into a 2-for-1 type of
That was
deal.
the one time called the no play, Coach.
Yes, sir.
No play.
Yes, sir.
No play.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And we would practice no play.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was,
Oh,
it was
yeah.
important.
Yeah.
Get up that line of scrimmage, get set, communicate. Sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't.
We got Carlos. I can't say the Amaviatas, Bermudez.
Yep.
We just know him as Los. He's listening.
Carlos.
Great graduate,
Yep.
leading life,
He was a nose guard for us about 10 years ago. Yeah.
doing that adult thing.
Yeah.
Good to hear from you, man.
Hershey's screaming it's a pass. Oh, man, they blew us up over here on the bottom side.
Tackle by number 52.
Wow.
Corey Schaefer.
Hershey Trojans take over right now. First and 10.
They got 18 seconds, Coach.
I'm not
with
sure about
no
that formation.
timeouts.
There's a tight bunch formation
Yeah.
here.
And everyone
Oh, they
ran
brought it.
past that defensive end.
Jeez.
You got to get out. If you ever watch college football, pro football, they talk about bumping them, just stopping his momentum. Give us time to get the ball off.
Hershey made a decision that we're gonna get you before you get us because
Right.
they played man-to-man
Right.
defense, and they just figured that they're gonna try to take this to the house.
Deep motion. A lot of penalties this game, Coach.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of 5-yard variety
Yeah.
penalties.
A lot of sloppy stuff.
Some unsportsmanlike penalties also, which
Keep our poise.
yeah, in a game that has high emotion, you're gonna have some of those penalties, those unsportsmanlike things. You just gotta tap in and settle down.
All right, 16 seconds to go here, Coach. First and 15. Clock now says 1:80, so someone's struggling with the buttons a couple seats down from us.
Oh, those things happen.
Yeah.
So if I'm calling the plays, and I'm sure Hershey might not have this in their repertoire, I'm running halfback pass.
We wouldn't be ready for it. Well, we might be ready for it. I don't know if we're in a man-to-man. Quarterback keep. And he has a lane. He
Yeah,
should get out of bounds. So he can run one more. Yep, out of bounds.
out of bounds.
Carry by number
19-yard line, 9 seconds to go in the half.
No timeouts for Hershey, correct?
Right, no timeouts. If I was Hershey, I'd run that unbalanced where they have the up back or whatever you call them behind the tight end again because the chances are one of those guys could slip free.
Yeah, they're outnumbered.
Yeah, they just outnumber us on the side.
Yeah. So they might be in field goal range, but with these conditions, you just never know.
Right.
They don't have any timeouts left. They're coming out with the
Ninth, probably last play before the half.
the big tight end. Oh yeah, this ball's going up in the air.
Yep.
This ball's going up in the air.
Oh yeah, it's going number 3 down here in the corner, far corner.
High snap.
Yeah. There it is.
Ball's up in the
Far
air.
corner.
Oh my
gosh.
word!
Oh my gosh, he caught
Come
it.
on.
Number 3, Guzman.
Wow, that leaves me speechless.
Yeah, I'm watching the replay here. He did a little bit of a in and out, but
Yeah, but we got to be able to find the ball. We have to be able to find the ball. I'm not sure who was defending there.
all right, Hershey for the extra point, 3 seconds to go in the half.
That might have been a Johnny Beckley on the coverage there. You know, he has to be able to find the football and go battle up high.
At least battle.
Yeah, don't wait for the ball to come down to you. Go get the ball at its highest point.
You refer to last year's game. When I play like that, you've got to fight for the football. And if you hit an arm by accident and it's called, guess what? We have another play.
Right.
You know, what we don't want to give them is a free catch.
Yeah. You can't wait for the football. You got to go get the football.
You got to think it's your football.
The extra point is good.
Hershey Trojans 27, Milton Hershey 15.
27-15. What we got? 3 seconds
3
left?
seconds to go here, Coach.
3 seconds left. This kickoff is going to go on the ground.
Right.
Hershey coaches already moving down into the locker room. We had 2 plays there that made the quarterback on the option keep.
Right.
You know,
And he was smart enough to get out of bounds.
smart enough to get out of bounds. And then he just went fade to the corner. And we waited for the football instead of going up and go get it and defending it.
Yeah.
Got to make a play. You know, got to be playmakers.
No excuse makers.
Yeah.
All right, 3 seconds to go here, Coach. Well, Coach, at halftime, they've got to figure out. Well, here's the thing: Hershey's now got 12-point lead, so you got to score twice to get ahead of them.
Hershey gets the ball in the second
Hershey gets the
half.
ball in the second half. I don't see them coming out with 5 wide receivers and throwing the ball. They're going to run right at it. So we've got to be able to stop the down block, the guy pulling. We got get penetration to the heel line. We got to blow up what they're trying to do and force them to punt early so we can get a score on the board and make this a new ball game.
Better go out of bounds.
Yeah.
Good. Let's go run that back again. We'll kick that again. You know, the adjustment on this kickoff return team, seriously, they need to just bump everybody up 5.
4 guys.
If you want the ball in the most dangerous guy's hands, you got to bump them up.
Yeah, put Mo out by the numbers. Put Alex over here by the numbers. Bump those guys in a little bit inside the hash. Yeah. Again, these are all high school kids. If you've told your Hershey kicker you're going to kick it towards the far 30, it's difficult to communicate with kids once they're 20 yards away from you in the middle of the field. Squib. Oh boy.
Okay, Alex. Get up to
2,
speed. Get up to speed.
1.
Get up to speed, Alex. Come on.
Let's go.
And that's halftime.
That's halftime, Coach. All right, halftime. 27-15 Hershey.
27, Milton Hershey Spartans 15.
So we're going to take about 1 minute to go through some of these comments, and then we're going to take a little break here. We have Samantha Parks, who's a great person. She's astonished that she's been out of school for so long.
Yeah.
You know, we see Ebony Smith is tuned in. George Aarons is tuned in. Bradley Paul is tuned in. Because Cynthia Seidel, who was Cynthia Troutman, I think, when you were in school, Cynthia. I'm not sure. You know, but great feedback along the ways. So, what are some fixes, Coach, that we need to do?
Well, we rotate a couple guys in our defensive line. We got to be able to take on the double team when they're running towards Velosky and Isaiah Danner, tight end. We can't. That defensive end cannot get blocked 5 yards downfield. If you have to, make a pile. I remember I coached in an all-star game in the early 90s with some old-timers who are probably only about my age in their mid-50s. And they're all about, once you felt the double team, they had them punch through the hip of the guy coming at you and drop to a knee.
Right.
And make a pile. You hit your guy, you feel a double team, punch through the hip, drop, make a pile, force it to bounce. And if that running back bounces outside, you have guys you can get there. But if you're getting caved in, guys can't control two gaps. I remember when I was in college, they talked about, your ability to control gaps as a defender. Everybody was responsible for a gap. And right now, our defensive linemen are getting blown down out of their gap and a second gap. So it doesn't matter how good our linebackers are.
Correct.
If up front we can't defend our gaps, make piles,
correct,
and do something to stop them at the line of scrimmage. That's basic football 101.
Well, you know what? Some guys of this new era of football, they feel that they can just stay tall and take on everything, and they don't understand the power of low center of gravity and not giving people surface area to block.
Right.
And as you say, make a pile. If you can make a pile with two people taking on you, that means someone's running free.
Someone's going to be free.
Someone's running free to make a play,
And change the fronts a little bit. That we saw a little bit of that. We got to a point. I coached with Coach Boger for a couple of years there, where some slants against things like this. We would stack guys at times where they weren't sure which way guys were going. Because, again, they're all high school kids. I say that jokingly, but they're high school kids. They're 15, 16, 17, 18-year-old kids. It's tough if the guy in front, if you're an offensive lineman, if there's a different lineup in front of you every time, it's difficult for kids to communicate and make sure everybody's blocked. It just is. So try and confuse their offensive linemen. Try and do things where you're taking away their strength, which is right at the line of scrimmage. Yeah,
I see it.
They have a challenge in front of them.
Coach, we still have one football player on the field right now. He's not in the locker room, and that's number 44, I believe I'm getting his name right, Damian Matos. It looks like he plays in the marching band also.
Nice saxophone.
Is that saxophone?
Saxophone coach.
And we
close to my heart. My son's a saxophonist.
Yeah, and many people don't know this. As I said, Coach Moore's an onion. He has a lot of levels to him. He plays different instruments. His son Ethan plays every instrument.
Pretty much.
Coach Moore paints, draws as an artist. He and I share a love for gardening.
Yes,
in the summertime. So being diverse is really cool to see this young man out here in the band and playing a lot of football. That's outstanding.
Yeah.
Just never know, man. Everybody needs to have a creative side.
Yes.
And hopefully it's a positive creative side.
Yes. Speaking of that, Coach, I bought some onions and peppers when we make a new. How was that mix I gave you the other day? Did you try it?
I didn't try it yet. It's sitting in my fridge. But I'm so stocked up on stuff. It's incredible, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I'm going to try to make some salsa right now because
nice.
I have my jalapenos, my red and green peppers, and a bunch of other stuff, carrots that I think I might try some to make some salsa.
That's one thing I haven't grown is the old school carrots.
It's not too late.
I know. It isn't too late. Yeah, I was doing some stuff in class with the other biology teachers, and I was bringing in things from my yard in these big 5-gallon buckets, and one of the young ladies I teach with said, How do you have all this? I'm like, you should see my yard. I have perennials that are 12 feet tall. I have a garden. I'm explaining to her I have this one garden area that's full of all these nitrogen stuff. Like a lot of it is fish, not fish. It's the waste from when they process chickens. Yeah. I honestly think she thought I was crazy. Like, it adds nitrogen to the soil. I brought in the sunflowers 10 foot tall, and it was probably 2 feet wide. I'm like, yeah, that comes from the good soil, and yeah. And God bless my wife, I throw seeds everywhere. She's like, where'd these sunflowers come from? I threw seeds there 2 weeks ago. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
You know?
I tell you, my sunflower bush plant is going down right now.
Yeah, that time of year.
And there's all these seeds in those heads. I'm like,
Yeah.
there's a gazillion seeds in these things, man.
I cut them off and I put them in my shed upside down over some paper. I just let them all fall out and then I plant them again the next year. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's I'm gonna have to put it in my basement. I'm gonna cut them off, put them in my basement.
Yep. Let it dry out. All those seeds you can plant in the summer. Yeah, this is gardening tips with Roger and Dennis during halftime.
Hey, try and give me the rushing pass for both teams. Well, pass, they only got one pass. Yeah. Oh, all right. Sure. Just getting some information from alumnus Ralph Baltazar, who's a great guy, great comedian, great father. He's doing the stats for the Spartans today. He's going to have some come on over.
Nice.
Well, guys, we're going to tune off here for a little bit. Let you just listen to the band, and then we'll come back out. When the teams come back out with the 3-minute clock running, we'll tune back in. Share this link. Let people tune in and root on the Spartans from afar. I know one person's the farthest, might be the farthest. I know Mark Painter's son, Dylan Painter, is playing overseas in Finland. And Dylan Painter, he has the link to this game, so I'm not sure of the time difference, but our farthest person might be in Finland right now, and that's Dylan Painter. Had a great job, Dylan, working on your career as a professional basketball player. We'll be back.
Word up! I had my mouth on me. Yes,
Yeah.
You are what? My friend was what?
You're entirely murdered.
What if there was a place where every kid got a chance to be great? The Hersheys believe learning shouldn't have a price. Everything we need is taken care of. Our classrooms, they have no walls. We learn by doing through programs that give us an early start on college and our careers. Here, we have the chance to be great. You see, we're more than a school. We're a community.
Coming. Earlier we announced those inducted into the Hall of Fame for the athletics. We also would like to recognize those that were inducted for visual and performing arts. Todd Kress, the class of 1993. Kevin Hanna, also of the class of 1993. Derek Proctor, class of 2017. And Shaquem Smith, class of 2013. Once again, today we are also celebrating the 80th Cocoa Bean Classic, as well as the 80th birthday of the Hershey Rotary Club. The Hershey Rotary Club, made up of nearly 100 of the area's most respected business, professional, and civic leaders, reaches well beyond the Hershey community by supporting the efforts of Rotarians worldwide. They do so by coordinating this annual Cocoa Bean game, providing financial support to Hershey youth sports teams and organizations, recognizing high school sports, student academic excellence, and community service through its Student of the Month and Service Above Self awards. They donate to the Hershey Fire Company and other civic safety organizations and support and encourage international understanding through inbound and outbound high school student exchange programs. We'd also like to...
All right.
Here we are, back again.
This year we recognize Robert Ferrer, class of 2000. Robert has described his time as
Got a message from Judy Ajipong all the way out in Las Vegas. Judy's dear to my heart. That whole family's dear to my heart.
Judy's one of those kids who taught me to be a better teacher, Coach. You know what I mean? Learning how to deal with different personalities and the realities of being a student here and living in a student home with 12 other girls. And seriously, I mean, it is.
It's not an everyday occurrence.
It's a challenge for some of our kids. It just is. You're just a living situation, and being on all the time is how kids have said to me. You know, you got to be on. You know.
I think
Judy's honesty helped me understand that. That's the best way. Her honesty helped me understand that. Yeah.
I know one thing. If Judy had the ability at Milton Hershey to just sing and run track, if that was the comprise of her day, she would. Every day would have been a good day for her.
Yeah.
But we love the whole Ajipong family.
Yeah. They just as we came back on there, they were honoring Robin Ferrer, who was our 2023 alumnus of the year. And Robin was a Milton Hershey Spartan football player, basketball player. Track athlete, I believe.
Yes, 4x8. Yes.
Yeah, 4x8 track athlete, and just, you know, to go back a couple years of the pandemic, he was, I believe, it was Mount Sinai Hospital. I might be wrong there, charged their emergency room, but correct me if I'm wrong. I think he didn't leave the ER for a couple months. I think his wife was bringing him clothes, and just part of them figuring out how to save lives up there, and just talk about being completely unselfish. Robin Ferrer is just. He was in yesterday, Coach, with our health science class. It was Sal LaRusso and Bobby Kopp, and talking to our kids, and just what a great human being to be back talking to our kids yesterday.
You know, you talk about people being able to focus inside of chaos. You know, Robin had that top job of being in the mecca of the pandemic and having to organize and strategic moves and plans on how to handle something that was unknown.
Right. Yeah.
You know, everyone likes to have a clear path of what's this and what's that, but he had the vision and support to meet the challenges of the pandemic in the heart of New York City.
Yeah, we're really proud of him.
Here's the second half. Spartans took the wind in the second half. Kickoff is only going to the 10-yard line.
There's steam there.
There's a Phil there.
Nice.
Number 3.
Number 11. That wasn't Mo. No, it wasn't 11. Who was that?
It's probably
that was
Alex.
14. Yeah, it was Alex.
Yep.
That was Alex with a nice tackle.
That return was by Derek Guzman, who's a senior wide receiver, and I know he plays defensive back. He's been covering Angel Roberts a lot in that first half. So let's see what Hershey's game plan is.
Yeah, 27-15 here.
I'm guessing they're going to run the ball.
You think?
Yeah. And they might run into this side here. Oh, it's like a counteraction.
Counteraction.
It's like
5
yards.
yards.
That's tough, man.
4 yards.
I tell you, that's a tough setup, Coach. Once again, you have to honor that motion back coming this way, and the quarterback is steering right at that defensive end to see whether he bites down or whether he stays, because he could pull that and run option this side at any point in time, you know? So we're laughing because some alumni just popped up. Benjamin.
Godwin Benjamin. Is that Tierra Peterkin?
Yes, it's Tierra.
Oh, great to see these guys. Love these guys.
Oh, man.
All right. It was Angel Cabrera, Coach, with the handoff.
Angel Cabrera with an over 30-plus yard run again. You know.
They're pulling 53. David Esses. He's pulling
35.
left. And he's pulling left and kicking out. Whoever they're not blocking, he's kicking out. I'm not sure if we need to just squeeze that play, forcing the bounce outside. But right now, just like we saw in the second quarter, we're giving them a seam. You can drive the Kissmobile through that seam sometimes, Coach.
Beyond a shadow of a doubt.
There we go. Made a pile there. Who's on the bottom of that pile?
Angel came in after that 30-plus yard run, came out of the game. He's talking to someone on the sideline. I don't know if something's still bothering him, but nothing's going to keep him out of this game.
No.
You know, if they're not going to run Angel here, you know, with his replacement in the game, I'm sure options coming up.
Yeah, 5 keep, like you said, and let 5 keep the ball a little bit. Let the quarterback keep the ball. Now they hand it off.
And this guy's faster than Angel.
Cut. Yeah.
Touchdown, 32-yard rushing touchdown. Was that four plays?
4 plays, Coach.
4 plays.
33-15. Again, they down blocked, kicked 53, kicked out, down blocked. 21 just, again, hugged that double team and made a cut downfield.
Was that to the tight end side again?
Yes, tight end side, yeah. They tight end side with that up back, down blocking, 53, pull and kick out.
It's interesting, you know. One of the
injured Spartan.
The volunteer coaches down there, Stanford Mason, and when Stanford was here, you know, as a right tackle, we were commenting at lunch the other day, talking with Jay Garvey, Victor Fleming, and some others, that Stanford used to down block and he used to clear out 2 holes.
Right.
You know, so he used to down block his man and put him all the way down to from B all the way to the A hole, you know, and the gap that was left, you know, there was tons of pulling people to full and running backs to run through. That's Mike Bleedy getting helped off the field. Hopefully he's okay.
Yeah.
You know, he's a high energy guy for Milton Hershey. So they're going for 2 here because of the disparity. They missed that extra point.
Right. They're in that 3-back backfield, double tight. Yep. Just lead back, wrap them up.
Nope.
Cut them out.
Yeah. I'm not sure if Angel's at full speed there. He kind of tippy-toed through that one, you know. So who knows? But
the adrenaline going Cocoa Bean. He's going to play hard for a quarter and a half here. Well, Coach, it's basically 2 touchdowns and 2-point conversions here for Milton Hershey, with 10 minutes on the clock, third quarter, excuse me. Let's see if Milton Hershey can get a drive here and keep it close.
Yeah, that definitely wasn't the ideal way to open up the half. You know, with two long runs by 2 different personnel. You know, and as I say, Hershey's ability to run the football, that's exactly what they want to do from the outset. And it's not going to change at all. I think in the first half they threw maybe 1 pass, maybe 2 passes.
Yeah.
You know, definitely one for a touchdown.
Yeah. They had the pass to the tight end, and then they had the touchdown.
So it might be 3
two completions.
Yeah, 2 completions. Yeah.
Right. Okay, possession. Got to to get possession there.
Return by number 26, Isaiah Zundar.
All right, we're in the 32-yard line.
Okay, our first possession now. We need to answer. The worst thing that can happen is a 3 and out, or are we not getting points out of this drive? Because we know the formula that Hershey's going to utilize, and that's tough. It was good taking that break and seeing some alumni as we passed through there. It's tough being up here doing this game because we could spend hours down, underneath the stadium and behind the stadium talking to former.
Hershey staff's yelling here because we have some open receivers. Nice job. Nice job. Jason Burney finding a seam there. I remember, Coach, when I stopped coaching, it was probably 2014 or 15. I didn't see the game. I was out there with Shay Richardson and some girls talking, and some of our older graduates, the Abe Caromas, and then go back to like Jose Villa Rodriguez. I mean, guys from the 90s and Solomon Melson. I did not see the game. We're just blessed to have worked and fortunate to have worked and helped so many kids.
Yeah, it's a privilege.
It is a privilege.
Yeah, there's been very few times where I've seen a full game doing homecoming as a staff member, unless I was coaching here.
Right.
Because I'm just every 5 feet you're running into another alumni and you're just cracking jokes and just catching up. And it's neat to see the alumni as parents.
I was coming up the stairs, and two girls we had over for dinner, my wife and I, the other week, were getting on my case for not having an umbrella. Where's your umbrella? Mr. Moore, why your umbrella? I said, guys, I'm going up there. They're yelling at me for not having an umbrella. I'm like, guys, I'm going back up.
Never mind. It had said we were offline, but it came back. Yeah. Okay, 3rd and 10 now.
All right, come on, Milton Hershey. Need a first down.
I would suspect that Hershey's going to roll into a man here. But it looks like they still have 2 deeps.
Right. Roll out. Looks like that was a design run, Coach.
Design scramble.
11, 18, and 1. All these guys over here, Mo, Angel, they just 2-3 steps and block.
It's interesting play design there, especially being 3rd and 10.
4th and 6.
Now we got 4th and 6 from the 50-yard line.
Yeah, sprint out the trips. They left Michael in the block.
Oh, that pass is floating.
Nice defense by Derek Guzman, knocking down that pass. All right, should be 1st and 10 Hershey here.
Not an ideal start on both sides of the ball there. It would have been nice to match because we know Hershey's going to come back with the ground game.
All right, 8:27 left in the 3rd quarter. 33-15 Hershey.
So we got a tight end up top.
Yeah.
Super backs down here.
Deep motion.
They pulled 3 people.
Yes, they did. Still running.
They pulled 3 people.
Yes. They had that
Jeez.
yeah, power back, pulling 2 linemen. Watch it here. Well, I think it was the backside tackle was doing the cutoff.
Yeah. Okay, Spartans, we got to do something here. Ideally, you got to get them in a long passing situation.
Oh.
Okay, that helps.
That helps us go 2nd and 9. With how well they've been running the ball, though, Coach, that still gives them, in this territory, that gives them 3. They're in 4-down territory right now, Hershey. They're not punting.
I would be. I'm not a mathematician or statistician, but I think Hershey might be averaging almost 7 yards a carry right now.
Yeah.
Combining the long runs and everything else. Okay.
They did a nice job there getting a field.
and making a pile, making a pile in the backfield.
Was that Anthony Taylor? Looked like Anthony Taylor came up through.
Anthony Taylor.
Yeah, looked like Anthony Taylor came through. Blew that up. You know, they've been pulling 53 right to left, trying to kick out. And he looks like he got in there and blew that up. Second and 11 here. 11 yards to go for the first down. Third and 11.
All right.
Third and 11.
This is going to be a sprint out.
Hand off.
Good
nice
job.
job upfield.
Good
There we
job.
go.
Okay, Bleedy, good job. I'm not
A lot of helmets to the ball.
I'm not big on the posing by Bleedy,
No.
especially when it's 33-15. Come on now. Let's go. Play hard to the whistle, get reset now. Now, once again, I'm an advocate of going after every punt.
Go block. Go after it. Ooh. Get away. Get away. Get away.
Because I would think the statistics might be that there's very few times you get a catch, and then set up the return.
Right.
It's almost always this freelancing going on. So
I was incredibly fortunate to see Cordell Robin Coker, who was a tight end and defensive end for us, and then, of course, went on to Stanford and has done a lot of great things on this planet. I was eating dinner with him Thursday night with Coach Guy, and we talked about at Camp Hill years ago where Cordell, we ran a punt block. Cordell tipped it. We got the ball with a short field, scored. Then they came down and scored, and Sartongu, remember Sartongu blocked the extra point. Sartongu blocked the extra point
nice.
For the win against Camp Hill. Back when you and I were in our early 30s. Get a field.
Who they call that?
Call a hold on somebody there.
I wish we were able to find out what number they were called on. Because I watched Mike Bleedy's block, and that seemed very clean and still stay engaged. But I'm not sure if there's another lineman out there. But, man, we can't keep shooting ourselves in the foot here.
It might have been 72 Christian Bryant, but I didn't get a good look at it. Those referees are a little closer to the play than we are, Coach.
Yeah, and they don't have any emotional stake in the game.
No.
Okay, wow. Second and about 20. First and 20.
First and 20. Jason Burney back. Ooh.
Get it to speed.
Go.
Get it to speed.
Take off.
Get it to speed. Get it to speed. Oh, Bleedy, don't do
Harris.
I guess it was simultaneous.
Yeah. All right, gives first and 10 about the 33-yard line. Let's punch one in here. 5:28 to go, third quarter.
Coming on the blitz.
Yep, stepping up.
Get out of bounds.
There you go. Keep going. There you go. Nice scramble.
Secure that ball, Jason Burney.
Nice scramble, Jason Burney.
Again, Jason's very slippery.
Yeah. The rain's picked up here a little, Coach. Looks like.
Nicholas Ruggiero, I probably butchered your last name, but class of 1973. See you out there in Las Vegas watching. Yep. We're wishing for a second half comeback too, sir.
That was designed quarterback draw, yeah.
That's not it. They need to put that one away. Sorry, Coach. If you want that run, give it to EJ. Oh, my gosh. Quarterback just ran like 40 yards, and then they want to give him a draw.
He might be a little tired.
Yeah. He can barely speak right now. Slant.
Quick. Ooh.
Pass is incomplete. 3rd and 7 for the Spartans.
We look a little tired there. Come on, Spartans.
Yeah. Get a dry ball out there.
Everyone's fatigued. Got to try and work through it. All right, 3rd and 7. So we got Angels on an island out here, Coach.
Angels on the island. They got to cheat. They got to cheat
They
over.
got 20 cheating. They're bringing 20 cheating over to me. That was slant territory. Maybe to the corner for Angel.
Oh, wow.
False start, Milton Hershey. Goes 3rd and about 12.
Not the right direction. That whole play looked like it had a funny timing to it and rhythm to it.
Yeah.
You know, it seems like there's a bunch of confusion there. You know, this being game number 5, I believe, we should be a little sharper. We got man-to-man down here. They're coming. They're coming.
Rolling out.
Mo's got the corner out.
That was clean.
No.
I think they're
inside, over center. Over center, we had a hold.
They called the one over here. I remember.
They called this one over here also?
Over here, I talked to a sideline official during one of the scrimmages, and he said if you come back like that and the defensive player hasn't turned towards you, you can't make that block anymore. That's a safety
rule.
Yep, safety rule. Trying again to prevent head injuries.
Yeah, and you know I've had the situation because I've questioned an official also during one of my games, and I said even if it's behind the line of scrimmage, they're like regardless. He's like you can just set a pick. You can set a pick or screen just like it was basketball.
Right.
You know, and you'll still get the same effect, but you know everyone lives to see the next play.
Right.
You know, type of deal. So we got a holding and a personal foul on the Spartans.
I can remember years ago coaching defensive ends both at Central Dauphin and here, and the idea of the crackback block, being ready for the crackback. You know, you see guys get their heads basically taken off sometimes. And thankfully, those don't exist anymore. Those were sometimes in reverses. Those were vicious.
Oh my goodness!
Oh man, crack.
You know, and it's irony because if you perform the block, it was like
oh yeah.
But if you were the victim of the block, it was like okay, I need a play off here.
Yeah.
Oh, 3rd and forever.
Screen, get a field mill.
Get up to speed. Get up
There
to speed.
you go. There you go. There you go.
Okay, that's manageable.
Yeah, manageable 4th down. I don't know if Alfonso Nathan's listening. Alfonso Nathan was a young man that was a defensive end for us, an offensive guard, all-league kid, played at Bloomsburg. Was he an All-American at Bloomsburg, defensive end?
Yeah.
And is doing great stuff right now. He was one of our young alumni and won an award the other year. Anyway, a young Alfonso got crackbacked here on the far side. I think it might have been Waynesboro against where they ran a reverse. And he may have been a sophomore in there, and that was, ooh.
Well, after this play, I'm going to tell you the story on Alfonso. Okay, that's 5 yards.
Yeah. 4th and about 4.
So Alfonso, as a freshman, you know, he was part of a very, very athletic class here at Milton Hershey School. I mean, they were outstanding athletes. And he hardly played his freshman year. And by the time he got to his junior and senior year, you know, he was contributing all over the place.
Right.
And then he goes to Bloomsburg and has an incredible experience and an incredible career. You know, just tells you that you're never a finished product. If you keep working, you get in the right circumstance, good things can happen.
You know, Alfonso was a great student. Stopped on 4th down. Alfonso was a 3-sport athlete too. He was heavily involved in football, wrestling, and track. Had him in anatomy class. Yeah, he was just bright-eyed every day. Great work ethic.
Winona Piazza said we're doing a good job. I don't know. I think she might be homeschooling us as far as how you say the home. She's a Milton Hershey employee and she does a great job. Great relationship with kids.
Yeah.
You know, great relationship with kids. Her kids right now are in the midst of their PIAA sports experiences. So
her son's like Gage. He's playing soccer for Redland and kicking for Redland. Yeah.
Yep, she's all over the place. Oh boy.
Yeah, he's got the lead blocks. You watch from home the way he hugs those blocks. He doesn't get much separation, so he's got the seam. The seam isn't large. It's And you have to have confidence as a running back to not tippy-toe and sit behind it. As soon as they're going, you have to be right behind them.
And then as soon as he plants that foot, he lowers his shoulder pad level, and so that the bigger muscles in his body, which is his glutes,
his legs,
his quads,
yes,
are in play. You know, it's not necessarily about how much you bench press, but that leg strength. Straight that. Oh, keep away.
Oh, the Phil Thomas keep away.
The keep away.
Josh Pope. Dive, keep away.
Yeah, throw back to our dive fake and then keep away by the quarterback.
Yeah.
Phil Thomas was probably one of our most notorious quarterbacks that did a great job of selling that dive and then accelerating away from where the dive was.
I don't know if anyone did that better than Josh Pope, though.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
I mean, and once again, that's part of that athletic class, that 4-year athletic class was Josh Pope and Alfonso Nathan, those guys. You know, Steve's last name? Perez?
Steven Perez,
Steven Perez,
defensive end.
Yep, thrower in track and field. Yeah.
Thaddeus Davis.
Thaddeus Davis.
Miss Thaddeus.
Yeah, rest in peace, Thaddeus. Yeah. You know, I think Hershey's running all of their playbook now, all the running plays in their playbook. You know, so. We got Moses Barmanyala. I don't know if I've said that name right. I always mess names up. It's good to see you checking in, Moses.
Keep motion again. Coach, I don't even know if they'll go to the pitch. You know what I mean? They keep showing it. And, you know, with 20 coming in motion or 3 coming in motion, they're just showing it to show it. Keep us honest.
You know, one of those things, a dagger, it can go to the pitch and then it turn into a halfback pass.
Yeah.
And then people bite up.
Have 89 drag across.
As an offensive minded person, I'm always thinking, okay, what's the next play off of this?
Right.
But man, they're grinding away here. We got the power back over here.
Hershey must not have been something that wasn't right there. Called timeout right now.
Yeah.
We got 33 seconds left in the third quarter here, Coach Smith.
Talked to Mark Painter this week.
Yeah.
Getting the roster from him, and as I said earlier, me and Mark were teammates at Millsville University, and I said to Mark, I said, hey, thanks for the roster. I said, good luck to you.
When this opportunity opened and we just said, hey, this is an opportunity that we can't pass up, and from the moment we walked in, we loved it.
I have an older brother, so it's like all of these are just like my brother, even though they all have different personalities.
She loves it, and it's great to have house parent kids in the community.
It's one big happy family, so to speak.
And with some passes that get you out of surprise, but preparation is huge.
As a house parent, working with
All right, we're back, and it is
1st and 10, and we are loading up the front line there.
Nice.
Whatever front we went to there, Coach, looked like it worked. Maybe locked in man right now, and that's okay. Forcing to pass the ball. Yeah, crowd that line of scrimmage.
Looks like that's the end of the third quarter.
Yep. 33-15. Hershey Trojans right now over your Milton Hershey Spartans. Well, Coach, you know, anything you do like that, you have to give something up. And if they're going to, you know, if we're going to load the line of scrimmage and try and make piles, which I fully support, that's okay. We lock them man-to-man on the edges and force them to throw the ball or pitch the ball, and we run to the football.
Yeah. Yeah, we got to do something different.
Coach, we have the homecoming dance this evening.
Milton Hershey School is an extraordinary place where students from across the country live and learn on campus and receive an outstanding education with all costs covered. Do you know a child who could benefit? Register now for our next virtual open house and learn more.
One of our mentors and good friends, Bob Geyer, got inducted into the honorary alumni Hall of Fame. He's got inducted into the Alumni Association as an honorary member. And an honorary member is a person who did not graduate from Milton Hershey School but has contributed to Milton Hershey School.
Right.
And alumni have voted them in. Not voted them in, but, I forget the exact words.
Elected in, or just, however that works with the Alumni Association. Yeah. Mindset is so big when you're dealing with young people and how they approach their day, and how do you have a successful mindset? The big thing this year is breakthrough. How do you have your breakthrough moment? And you think about Bob's influence on kids here, and coaches here and adults here of be completely unselfish. Let's get a little bit better today. Things like that are just not just how he said it, but how he lived it has such an influence on decades of kids. Again, we're talking to Cordell Robin Coker the other evening, who's on the board of managers, talking about how he starts off meetings with the same mindset of everybody can have a little bit of an influence here. Everyone has a role. Let's try and get a little bit better at everything we do.
It's interesting. Not interesting, but it's. Do we have enough people?
We got
Coach Geyer's win-loss record. It's not what.
Get to it. Fake.
Ooh. No call. Ooh.
Wow, he almost got that.
Short. Coach Geyer's win-loss record is, I don't think there's a single alumni that played for him that sees that as the number one importance when you talk about Coach Geyer. But as a man and as a leader of young men, I think they're all endeared to him for being a great example to the best of his ability. No one's perfect, His record as forming young men off the field is incredible. It's incredible. On the field, someone's going to win, someone's going to lose, but we can't have them losing off of the football field, inside our community, inside our classroom.
Second and 15. You and I are both fortunate to spend a lot of time sitting in meetings with Coach Geyer talking about players and things, and there was never a point where, when a decision was made about a player, that had to do with, but this kid is our starting wide receiver, or but this kid is our best athlete. It was always about his behavior, his grades, how he was acting in the student home, when there was decisions made about whether he would play or not. We got flag here, Coach.
Oh, man. That was a great screen setup and a great run by EJ. But we have Holden again. We've had Holden take away a number of good offensive plays so far this evening. Coming up the steps, we see Ayomi, who's a freshman at Columbia in New York.
Yeah.
Yomi ran cross country and track and field for us. I think he might have been an SGA president.
He was,
also.
yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Yomi. Spent a nice week with him in Greensboro last summer.
Yes.
A hot week in Greensboro last summer.
Junior Olympics.
Junior Olympics, yeah.
All right, so we got 2nd and 18 about.
Yes.
Man. Get the ball back to AJ.
Nice cut.
EJ.
Nice cut, EJ.
All right. Takes us about 3rd and 11. We're in 4-down territory from here on out.
Yeah, we have to be. 9:29 on the clock. We have to be.
From here on out.
3rd and 10.
Yeah.
Michael Bleedy down here in the slot. See, Hershey. I should say Hershey's not lined up correctly. Get upfield.
Just
nice pursuit by number 5, Cameron Sweeney for Hershey.
Fourth and 8, big play here.
Yeah.
Looks like they might be sending a screen to Angel up top.
Ball behind the receiver.
Spartans turn it over now.
Where does Milton Hershey go from here, Coach? Who do they have next week?
Well, it doesn't get any better, Coach. Next week I have 2 spectator bus sign-ups, which open up on Sunday night. Our students know this. And we're going to Bishop McDevitt.
Bishop McDevitt.
Bishop McDevitt, who just beat Cedar Cliff yesterday. I think it was like 48-7, and Cedar Cliff scored against Bishop McDevitt's JV. Yeah, they're pretty good. So we'll see. No, every team matches up differently.
Right.
So we'll see. Come on, Bleed.
Wrap him up. Still running.
Michael had a good play there. He just got to get under control for the cutback. Okay, it's getting chippy now.
Yeah, let's keep our poise here, Spartans.
That's Radio Raheem right there. Tony Mason.
Yeah.
he just got himself taken out the game.
Yeah. Keep your poise. One thing I've always liked about football is, and it's kind of a cliche, but you really do you got to play the game, man. Anybody can beat anybody. You see it in college football, you see it in the pros, you see it in high school football. I know McDevitt's loaded, but they're high school kids. I was at the Paul Mara game last year. Paul Mara had him for about 20 minutes. And then McDevitt broke some. But there were plays there where they broke the line of scrimmage. They ran some stunts, and they were flustered on the sideline. And then they broke a couple plays, and then it was, McDevitt by 4 touchdowns. Yeah. But you never know. You get a little bit of weather, you get an injury or two, someone comes out.
Tell you what, the tempers are flaring here a little bit, and Bleedy, who's a very emotional person, they need to get him focused back in and just playing hard between the whistles. We don't need no extra stuff. We don't need no extra stuff. Well, looking at the chat board, some people are checking in. Of course, we have Moses Bamayala, Bradley Paul, Maurice Collins, and then Victor Dugba. Victor
Dugba, 64. Victor had a, Coach, I see people, I can't remember their name for life, and then 5 minutes I remember their name. But I can picture Victor picking up a fumble over there against, I think it was Bermudian Springs in one year, going in for a touchdown. Yeah.
Yeah. He's checking in all the way from Atlanta.
Vic,
I thought
he was in New
Jersey. I thought he was a New Jersey guy. Yeah.
Him and Varsha Dugba.
Nadia Newton, class of 2007, checking in. Hi, Mr. Moore. Hi, Smitty.
Hey.
Brandon McCoy, BB
McCoy.
He's an educator now.
Proud
right?
of BB, man.
Oh, my
Proud
goodness.
of BB.
He's done an incredible
kid.
job.
Great guy.
Married to alumni. I can't remember her. Rachel, I think, is BB's wife's name.
Oh, yeah. I have a picture of him and Corey Dupree.
Nice.
Pushing reading, Coach.
Yes,
on the two guys pushing reading for young kids.
They want to make sure that no one has an excuse not to have a book in their hand, no matter what your circumstances can be. Corey Dupree is doing a great job of raising the literacy anywhere he can, so no one's out of reach.
Right. Readers are leaders.
Yep.
Readers are leaders, man.
Mark Seymour, Bradley Paul again, Pitt 1979. Not sure who that is. That's a nickname. Sleeveless. I think I know who Sleeveless is.
Joe Messmer.
Joe Messmer, yeah. So
Mark,
Joe
Mark Seymour was probably what, class 2001 or 2.
Yeah, I think he was a Lancaster guy. I think. But so here's Joe Messmer's comment. You know, you two want to coach the Spartans again. The competitor in Coach Smith's voice is showing.
Nice play. Getting through there. There you go.
Let's go. Let's go. Bleedy's all heart, man.
Yeah.
All heart.
Love it. Got six and a half left here. It's still just 2 touchdowns. Crazier things have happened in high school football, Coach. Crazier things have happened.
It's a lot of time. We just, man. You know, this is a setup of a play action pass situation. Right. You know, they got to stop. Yeah. Now the tight end might release here. No.
Quarterback kept.
That was that option run piece.
Get up quick.
Yeah. They're not going to punt it.
Here, I'll do a punt.
It looked like they're going to punt. Nope. They're going to draw on more sides. Make it a little bit more manageable. Or they're going to go quick kick. This is interesting.
Yeah.
I think they're going quick kick.
He took a step back. Yep. Quick kick.
That's a smart move.
Yeah. UNC did that last week with Drake May, quarterback, son of former teammate Mark May. My daughter only had to listen to me tell 20 minutes of stories about that family, rolling her eyes this morning.
Bradley Paul has said he's Bradley Connolly, class of 2022.
I know Brad Connolly.
It's interesting. Class of 22 would be considered an old person now.
Yeah.
They've been out for over a year.
Those classes had such a different experience here with the pandemic.
Oh my goodness.
Think about us down this field running track practice with kids. We had 3 groups of kids.
We had 3 sections.
3 sections, just running in ovals. Oh my gosh! I remember that year. You and I were wrestling coaches. And remember that? And we had kids in face masks, wiping everything off. No. Oh my gosh! You couldn't share anything. It was in the middle of the pandemic. Just trying to keep their bodies moving.
We had to be very creative and trying to keep the morale of our students up and keep them active, and you know, and we managed it. You know, it was a world crisis, and we managed it to a point where they had to at least do something, and we even had a fake at the end of track season. We had the fake Olympics.
Yes.
You know?
And I remember. Who was our best javelin kid? Like every kid, it was just like 2 steps and throw.
Yeah.
Was what was his name? One of the basketball guys. He threw like 105 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah. 1-2 throw and it went like 105 feet. Yeah.
We lined up on the jumping pits for anyone who know how to triple jump. We had a shot put throw. You know, and then we tallied up the points.
Yeah.
You know, we did things that.
Just try and keep them having fun.
Keep them having fun.
Keep their bodies moving.
Keep having fun.
Yeah.
You know, Vance Cole, who's an alumnus and a hockey coach here, he wants to get in the game. Vance, I'm not sure we have that many timeouts for you, you know, because by the time you ran to the middle of the field, there might need a timeout, Vance. But you talk about a guy who's high energy.
Yeah.
Oh, when I first came to school, he was the first person that I met in the barn, and he yelled at me, and I was like, "What is going on here?" You know, and he and I tell that story all the time. But he's a good guy, Vance Cole.
Yeah, cared. Coach, speaking of wrestling, are wrestling signups coming up anytime soon?
We got wrestling and winter signups coming up. I believe October 2nd might be the day. You know, our wrestling coach Jimmy Taylor, you know, he owes us some money for this free advertisement for wrestling signups. You know, but our winter sports is those signups are coming up shortly, and we need to get as many people out for these sports to raise the competition and to hold up our Spartan pride.
That's right. Yeah, he just moved in around the corner from me, Coach. He could like drop off a pizza or something.
He owes
this
you
is
something.
more like pizza with green peppers.
Well,
if you're listening, Coach Taylor.
Well, if he gets you the pizza, I can get you the green peppers.
There we go.
That.
There we go.
We got Joe Kwiatkowski of 84. That was my junior year, checking in from Tulsa, Oklahoma. Tulsa, Oklahoma, man. We got Milts everywhere.
Yep.
We can't touch any place on this planet without experiencing a Milton Hershey person. That's awesome. We got Richard Mazalingzinski. Oh, man, I butchered that name. Richard, thanks for checking in. And we never leave Vance Cole alone.
Get a field, Michael. Get a field. There we go.
Good job, Bleedy. Good job,
Nice
Bleedy.
running
We're
hard.
to fight, baby.
Good leadership by example. If we can score here, Coach, and get two, we got to go onside kick. 3:19 left.
It would be nice.
Yeah.
It'd be nice. The onside kick is one of the most exciting plays in football.
Long
Balls
pass.
up, balls up,
Catch
balls up.
it. There we go. Go, 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 go. 5 yard line.
Okay, let's go quick. Go quick. Go quick. Go quick.
Get up the line of scrimmage. Get up there.
I'm trying to bust my neck. That was a quick fade.
Yeah.
Jason put the ball out there.
Nice job. 3 minutes.
Judy, the score right now is Hershey 33 and Milton Hershey 15.
Quick. That's
Oh,
nice
the score
slant.
just changed.
Mike Bleedy, here we go.
Mike Bleedy just scored.
We'll have to line up muddle huddle and go for two. Or they'll run their regular offense for two here. It's like they're going muddle huddle.
Muddle huddle run for two. Because they have a couple of different options out of that.
Right.
Score being 33-21 now.
With Gage is not at kicker, which would tell you that they're just going for two here. Now they're muddle huddle.
Yeah, he's muddle huddle.
Yeah.
Gage just gave a signal. They're missing somebody in the slot. They're missing somebody in the slot.
You don't want to waste a timeout here.
Well, we just did. Come on now.
You got to be ready for that in the sidelines.
Yeah, Mark Seymour's still down in the Lancaster area. Yeah, I remember he was from that area.
All right. Again, it's high school football. Crazier things have happened, Coach. 2:47 left. Get the 2-point conversion, onside kick. Now the pressure's on Hershey.
Oh, I think Hershey might have had too many people on the field. I think. I don't know. There was something weird. Something weird went on there.
What's going on here?
Stranger things have happened. Maybe they're running fire. the math didn't work there.
22. So we're now down by 11.
11. We have 11-point play.
Graduates out the window here talking.
Shania Foley.
Yeah.
Carrying a sausage. Shania is a sophomore at Howard University and doing an incredible job.
Yeah. We're awesome. Great to see you.
Okay. After. Yeah. It's tough trying to communicate to some alumni and not interrupt the feed, but hey, it comes with the territory, man.
It's important. All right, we're lined up for the onsides here. 2:47 to go, Coach.
We should have 6 to one side.
Yeah, we got 5
This
and
has to be
5.
on sides. Come on. The
got
most
it.
exciting play in football right
Come
here.
on, get possession.
Come on.
It's our ball. It's our ball. Hey, it's got to be our ball. Get it, get
Right
it,
there,
get
right
it,
there.
get it. Oh,
But it's still out. It's still out. It's still out.
loose.
It's still out. Hershey looks confident that they have it. Womp, womp. Okay, man. That was a good kick, man.
It was. That was
Let's
a
see the
great
replay
great
here.
onside kick.
Let's see the replay.
We apologize to the viewing public at home. the camera went down to the 20-yard line. But if you could see it, it was a nice onside kick. And the kid, the up front kid from Hershey bobbled it.
Justin Lauper, the head coach, is Jeff Boger. He's in the double-digit years here at Milton Hershey School. Okay, time on the clock is 2:45, Deanna.
There we go.
Okay.
All right, stop the clock.
We got to use a timeout. Okay, we use a timeout.
Yep. 2:39 on the clock here. Brings up 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 with 2 timeouts left, down by 11. Hershey's going to run the ball 2 more consecutive times to force us to use the 2 timeouts and then kick it away.
Once again, we'd like to thank all of the alumni in attendance today for homecoming.
Benjamin Keel, I see your comment, but I'm trying to keep this broadcast PG-13, so we'll leave that that quote from Don.
This Hershey Cocoa game are 80 years old this year. Proceeds from this event go to the Hershey Community Youth Alliance, student leaders from Milton Hershey School, Hershey High School, Hershey, and local, national, international community service projects. Since 1943, the Hershey Rotary Club has served as
Okay, 2nd and 10 here, 2 timeouts left. Oh, they're running this side.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not going to be very fancy.
Yep. He's pulling, kicking out for 5. It's a track meet.
Rip it out. Got to use a timeout.
Great pursuit by Alex, our coach.
Yeah. Came from the far
Sorry
side.
to Alex, far side, got there.
Almost was able to rip the ball out.
Yeah. Great effort by Alex.
They're just caving down that whole side, and that hole is so big. They're pulling guard or tackle, whoever it is, and they're just kicking out, and there's such a void.
I'd be curious to see what Cedar Cliff did last week to slow them down.
Yeah.
On video, what did Cedar Cliff do to neutralize that?
Cedar Cliff has a little bit more girth up front too.
Yeah, they do.
These are going to be some dives.
So those big linemen for them we saw during the track season, Coach, but they weren't good throwers.
No.
You know, which was interesting because they had some really big kids, and they were just stiff hips. Or we outthrew them in all the events except javelin. They have a tremendous javelin.
What if there was a place where every kid got a chance to be great? The Hersheys believe learning shouldn't have a price. Everything we need is taken care of. Our classrooms, they have no walls. We learn by doing, through programs that give us an early start on college and our careers. Here, we have the chance to be great. You see, we're more than a school. We're a community.
6'1", 6'2", 245. Yeah, he's legit. He's legit. He's gonna be a one to talk about the next couple of years in the Keystone Division and in the Mid-Penn.
Is he like defensive, like a linebacker position, or is he defensive end? Yeah,
he's one of those kids who's just very athletic.
Right.
He played fullback, in 7th, 8th, and 9th grade. Last year as an 8th grader, he was playing 9th grade football and dominating. And so, of course, he came right up and he's starting varsity at Cedar Cliff on both sides of the ball. And it's funny. Jerome Presley, who's one of our psychologists / teachers here, he said Cedar Cliff always produces good linemen. They always produce good linemen. It's just never in doubt.
When I was in high school, a kid named Chris Semoff was a big 6'3", 208-pound kid. It's a good lineman for them.
Go!
All right, we have 1:45 on the clock.
As a house parent, working with my spouse daily,
we teach students skills outside of the classroom. We are all here for the same reason, the same purpose, and it is just amazing.
my students.
Logan's a good guy.
Yeah, Logan's great.
Logan's a good guy. The other guy that I had to ask to correct, he's not sure if it's stuffed and inflated sometimes.
Do you know Logan, when he was a little kid, was he has a couple belt buckles from rodeo, like calf.
Wow.
Oh yeah, like he did stuff riding bulls and calf stuff and roping calves, I guess it is. I don't know anything about rodeo, but yeah, before he got here.
Like it's like no, not Tammy Urban, but the teacher that used to work at Milton Hershey. Her kids play at Northern Lebanon, but they're into rodeo, cows, the whole 9 yards. I buy a quarter beef from them every year.
Yeah.
You know, I forget the name. Can't recall right now. Steph McDonald's watching the broadcast. She's one of the truest alumni at Milton Hershey School. I think she was about a year behind me in 1986. But anything that's doing with alumni, she loves to help out and reach out to younger alumni. You know, and she looks the same from high school too.
Wow.
I don't know what she's doing, but she looks the same for high school, and she's such a great person.
We got a minute to go here, Coach. Norris coming sideline. Take a minute just to thank all, the principals, the administrators. You look at what's happening here. We get all of our student homes are here, and they have events going on for kids, and there are food trucks over here to the side. What a great experience you're trying to put on for our Milton Hershey students. Things going on tonight on campus. Our chapel service now. Have you seen chapel? Mr. Ogle is playing the guitar, and he's got his high energy. It's just, we're trying to create an experience for these kids where they're getting good skills and having a great experience, and it's a special place.
The Milton Hershey opportunity is none other. It can't be found anyplace else on earth. If you're fortunate to have this experience, we're trying to get as many students to know about this experience and to help save their lives and give them some opportunities unlike anything else on earth.
Yeah, it's priceless.
So I had to make a comment on Vance Cole's comment. He says, "Roger, I want you to come out and call our hockey game one night. I know it may be too cold for you." Vance, that last sentence is so true.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do a good job commentating while my teeth are rattling and I have like 16 pairs of socks on, mittens, things of that nature, and not knowing a thing about hockey.
And the older we get, the more the cold just affects you. Oh, man.
He forgets. Well, he knows I was born in Trinidad, so 85 degrees and above, I'm right. All in.
Right.
Well, what's the clock say, Coach? I can't see.
We're at 56 seconds to go, Coach. Hershey's up 33-22. I'm not sure who they're attending to on the field. I couldn't get a look, and surrounded by our medical staff.
We got some others coming out right now, so.
Yeah. Our boys cross-country team is currently undefeated.
Wow, that's awesome.
Two big wins on Thursday. Yeah.
And
currently undefeated.
Give a shout out to that coaching staff. It's a new coaching staff led by Barbara Mellinger, and her assistants, and they're great people. And they had a bunch of people come out for cross country, and none of them was running, but they wanted to be out. Correction, none of them are runners per se. But they wanted to be out and contribute to the school, and there's a lot of people there, and you got to build one step at a time.
Right.
And the mid-pen cross country is no joke, whatsoever.
As we drive into campus in the morning, there's 40 Hershey kids running on our campus.
Correct.
And Paul Myers had a great program that Barb coached years ago. Now, their program has continued to do well.
Yeah. And Barb Mellinger is one of our dearest track and field coaches too. She, we have such a yin and yang on our track staff of people who just compliment each other and pick up for each other on our coaching staff. It's really appreciative. She was one of four coaches, myself, Coach Moore, Coach Painter, and Coach Mellinger, who took a group of 17 people in our party out to Eugene, Oregon, and we went to the Junior Olympics at the historic Hayward Field. So if you saw the Prefontaine meet this past weekend, we were in that stadium with 11 Milton Hershey School students and my daughter, who's a Susquehanna Township student, who all competed in the USATF Junior Olympics, and it was an unbelievable experience from every aspect of it.
It's hard to even describe what it's like for our kids to be in that stadium running and throwing in front of thousands of people, just every part of it, and to realize they could compete.
Right.
They weren't just showing up. They were competing. We had kids go there and compete successfully and learn out a lot about themselves, and that makes a difference with your team when they come back and they have that feeling of confidence and they know what it takes. It makes your whole team better.
Yeah, and the idea also is that we had several of our students who had never been on a plane before.
Yeah.
And just to get to Eugene, Oregon, we had to get on 2 planes, over 7 hours of airtime, and our kids handled it well. We laid out the expectations and our kids met them. And when they didn't meet the expectations, they corrected themselves, and it was just a great experience, And I hate talking over the injuries on the field, but we just hope that the young man for the Spartans is not too bad off. But the ambulance looks like they have to take him for. Hopefully, it's precautionary, if anything. But we'll see here.
I didn't see what happened.
I didn't either. This is a part of football that, as a coach, just troubles me, and unfortunately, it shows itself sometimes.
Yeah.
So it might be precautionary. They're bringing out the backboard, so hopefully it's a stinger situation, and that young man will be better back at his student home TL later tonight. But it's just hope for.
I remember riding in the ambulance with a kid named Eddie Murphy. Do you remember Eddie Murphy? He was
vaguely
like late '90s. We were in a JV game here, and he same thing down along the sideline and got stinger, and his arm went numb, and then he was having an issue, and they. Protocol is then you get out the backboard,
correct.
You get him in, you do which is appropriate. Let's get some scans, make sure everything's okay, and then he was fine.
Right.
But I remember riding into ambulance with him and just him looking around, just being so like, what is that? What's that, coach? What's that thing over there? I'm like, Eddie, quit moving. He wanted to know everything that was going on inside the ambulance. As we went over to the med center.
Yeah, it's one of those things if you can't see the scoreboard, but it's 56 seconds right now, and it's 33-22. Milton Hershey's down by 11, and Milton Hershey will have the football needing 2 scores. But more importantly, hope the young man's doing well. I think he was moving his feet earlier. And once again, sometimes in football you get a stinger, and you have to take the top precautions, to make sure that everybody's, taken care of properly. So hopefully that is the case there.
Well, we have a minute. If you're listening at home and someone who may have a child, a nephew, a niece, a neighbor who may benefit from the Milton Hershey School, please have them check out mhskids.org. And there's what they've done with that website in terms of being informative for what programs we have. If you could share them, that would be wonderful. We're always trying to get kids here to be able to to benefit from our programs and what we do here at the Milton Hershey School. But again, mhskids.org.
I agree. You know, the best way to get the word out about Milton Hershey is not necessarily the commercials, but word of mouth is one of the freest and most effective forms of communication and advertisement. You know, Milton Hershey. You know, there's one of our admission counselors, Ryan Good, and he's an admission counselor looking after getting students who have incredible abilities to learn about Milton Hershey School, whether that's in arts, and whether that's in the athletic realm, musical realm. You know, he just does a good job of trying to get the exposure for the school in all these different areas. So, you know, our alumni need to spread the word as much as possible. If you see a family that can utilize and can improve their quality of life by having a child at Milton Hershey School, spread the word.
Yep. Give you a shout out, Coach. We went to Oregon. We had shirts that we make sure we're matching shirts every day. Number one, so we could find our kids easily. Number two, what'd you have on the back of those shirts, Coach? You remember what you printed on the back of those shirts?
Yeah, I'm gonna try. It was like, every kid deserves a chance to be great.
Yes.
You can be next.
Yeah, and then you had mhskids.org.
mhskids.org. And that was taken from one of our commercials that the school ran a couple of years ago. But there's nothing like having a child be put in an environment where nothing's going to hold them back, and they're going to be nurtured and challenged. Right. You know, and that's key right there. It's a kid that can utilize our community to better themselves and better their family setup.
And Coach, I want to give another shout out to Coach Barb Mellinger. I found out through the grapevine here that our girls team is also undefeated, our girls cross country team.
Nice.
And that's an area where, for numerous reasons, girls distance, we've struggled with that over the last couple of years with the pandemic, and it's just, we've struggled to have a girls distance team that was competitive in track and cross country, and they're also undefeated. So again, another shout out to that staff.
And once again, you know, to clarify the name that I was talking about, Rylan Good, who's one of our admissions counselors, you know, he does a great job of trying to expose Milton Hershey schools to kids that have special skills. You know, if it's athletic skill, that's great, whether it's musical, whether it's in the arts, things of that nature, because you know, we need a diverse student body and people who have those special skills. You know, they need to find about Milton Hershey School and get a great chance at this great opportunity. And once that admissions counselor is Rylan Good. He handles those things for us. We got our AD Mark Zerby out there making sure that everything's taken care of on the field. I'm talking with the referees in shorts on a 60-degree rainy day. You know, I think he came from behind the visitors.
Yeah.
He was probably back there on the grill checking out the
sausages.
The sausages.
Yeah.
Some of the best sausages on the planet are made behind the visitor stands by the grounds crew.
Yeah.
Precaution. Can't spell.
Zerby called. He's good.
I was just texting him.
No, he's good.
All right. Good news. We came from the field. The player down. Everything's precautionary. So and once again, as me and Coach Moore had guessed that you got to take these precautionary things, and hopefully that young man will be back in his student home later tonight once he gets checked out at the health center or at the medical center.
Doc Curtin is over there with the Hershey team. He's
Is
the
he?
coach with us. Yeah, Doc Curtin's still helping over there.
Yeah.
He's been
Yeah, he had a nephew, I think, that played over there or something,
Right.
of the sort, which made his transition more meaningful. They go Jaden Paris.
Yeah.
We got Jaden, Bryson, Daquan.
Yeah, Bryson stopped by my classroom yesterday. Good talking to him. He's in that place, as all these guys are. You get out of college, and he did a great job in college. Was involved in a lot of things, and he's in the enviable position of he has options. And what do you do? What do you do with those options, and which way do you go? And good for him. He took all the opportunities here, and then he created opportunities for himself there.
We are joined by Jaden Paris, Daquan Burney, and Bryson Moore. They are all old head alumni.
Good to see you guys.
Some of the dearest guys to my heart.
Yeah.
So what are you guys up to now?
Coming to see y'all, man. That's the next move.
How's life?
Lifing.
Lifing right now.
After college life.
Yeah.
No, but seriously,
the adult stuff.
I've just been working on my clothing brand. I'm working on getting my real estate license right now.
Yeah.
That's really what I've been up to.
What's your clothing brand?
Never settle for less.
I like that. Never sell for less. Is there a website
that
listeners can go to?
Yeah, www.ns4lapparel.com.
That's ns4lapparel.com.
And that was Daquan Burney, who is also one of the top TikTok dancers on TikTok. He doesn't do push-ups, he doesn't do run laps, but he does TikTok dances.
I did enough push-ups when I was here.
Painful nights here.
But them circuits.
Yeah.
I did enough of that when I was here.
Vertimax. After going to 4 practice, to come to Vertimax, man.
Vertimax.
Vertimax, that makes you bulletproof.
Yeah, builds champions.
So Bryson, what are you up to now? Still down in Atlanta?
Yes, sir. I'm trying to decide if I want to move back up north or not here.
Right.
Not here, but just up north in general, probably like the D.C. area. Right. But I'm working at the Marriott. They just offered me a accounting position. But before that, they was like playing, so I had started interviewing with the Hershey company. And also, if I get that, this wax for them.
Right. Yeah. Well, you should do that. And the Hershey company has a setup where they're trying to recruit as much alumni talent inside the Hershey company, and so that's always a good fit, and that fulfills some of Milton Hershey's wishes when he was alive, is that he wanted his alumni working inside of his companies, and the Hershey company being an incredible company, that can transport you to anywhere, actually.
I was surprised. We had a meeting this week with faculty, how many plants and different things they have around the country, like different states. A lot are down south. There's a ton down south. Colorado, different places, yeah.
They was like, because they was like, you want to move back to Hershey? I'm like, nah, this position in Cartersville, Georgia, that's 40 minutes.
Yeah.
I gotta go. I'm not moving back.
Yeah.
Have you made any connections with Pedro to help him there?
Yeah, so Pedro has been a huge help. He's been connecting me to people, but it was just, I think the timing, because I was coming here, I was working, and so he's had me trying to meet with people, but I'm also in the air. But Hershey has been also moving quick. Like, had a phone interview, I want to say like Monday, Tuesday.
Yeah.
I had my interview 7 a.m. yesterday.
Yeah, good for you.
Yeah, so they've been on it, right?
Well, with the Hershey company, they promote from within. That's the thing. That's the thing about Hershey company. You may get a job there that isn't ideally where you want to be at 23, 24. It's not what you saw as your entry level job. You know what I mean, Bryson? But they quickly move up people who work hard and have great attitudes.
The videos, like 75% of the people, like I applied for the territory sales league.
Yeah.
They move like within the company.
Oh yeah.
Let me come out here. I can sell a little.
Yeah. So one of the comments from George Herons Tell Daquan he needs Krisha to be his top model.
It's funny because literally 2 days ago, I just had a photo shoot with her.
Yeah?
I did a photo shoot with her and Jaden.
Are you a hand model? Because I don't know if you're a face model.
She was the model. I was just.
Oh, okay. Making sure.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
You gotta come to another game. This rain, ain't nobody here. I'm like,
yeah, it's tough.
People have plans, and then as soon as they see the weather report, they're like, but it's all good.
Man, I see Stanford as a coach.
Stanford's been helping.
I'm like, we old now, clearly.
It's good to have Stanford back helping our kids.
Yeah. And Stanford's with the trust company also.
Right, yeah.
Once again, an alumni working at the trust company, and Stanford had that connection in high school, and also when he was playing football at Georgetown, he still had the connections to the Hershey Trust, and upon graduation, he became one of their full-time employees. And so
Did he have an internship last summer?
I think he might have a number.
Internship with the Hershey company since high school.
Yeah, since like his junior year. Yeah. And so it's great having, once again, the Milton Hershey opportunity. As we say, it can set you up for beyond high school. If you do the right things, have decent grades, behave yourself, stay involved. Miss Piazza says hello, gentlemen. Love all those guys.
2019, 10 out of 10.
I was just talking about Miss Piazza when we was at prom. We was all in the middle dancing. Miss Piazza was turning prom up. That's a forever memory.
So you said Miss Piazza was tearing prom up back in the day? Yeah, she's good people, man.
I'm telling you.
So have you guys seen many people?
We saw a couple.
Just a couple.
Not too many.
It's funny for me, my homecoming for people in my class is only about like 3 or 4 people that I definitely got to see, but I talk to them all year long too, so it's it's very different. You guys staying up, or you heading back?
Headed back to the city tonight.
So what's your brother up to?
Me?
Both
of them. Zion. Zion, he a correctional officer.
Is he really?
Yeah, he be doing his thing, making his money. He on vacation right now. He in the Bahamas. Well, he on his way back from the Bahamas. He in Miami right now. So he doing good.
Where's Zion live? Where's he living?
He live in Philly.
Really?
Yeah, we both live in Philly. He doing his thing.
You still live on his mom's couch? Remember that one summer?
That's a reserve. That's a reserve.
That one summer was like, every break.
Everybody had their turn at my house.
Yes.
Everybody stayed for like a good amount of time.
That's my second home.
They would go on break, and everybody would be at Daquan's house.
Everybody just there. It's like a party there. I remember not never stayed for the whole summer.
He definitely did, bro. I came down.
Well, that's interesting stuff. Yeah, it's taking a little longer than expected, man. But they got to do all the
How many games have
cautions.
so far
This is game number 5.
Right.
This will be their second loss. So
3-2.
3-2. Next week's game is going to be interesting, of course.
Who they play?
Bishop McDevitt. Yeah, so we never know how that.
Man, I swear. I'm tired of coming to this playing them.
I don't know. You
Well,
really never know what happens, though.
I feel like we got all our licks black in track. That was the only time we got licks black in certain schools. Like, I'll just catch them in track. Like, I'm going to see.
Man, I never forget Henry had like broke his leg or something. That man was still trying to play.
Yeah, Henry was dead.
He broke his arm.
Yeah.
And he was still in silence, standing next to me. I'm like, yo, you should go to the hospital or something. He's like,
That boy, I don't know what he
was.
are you serious?
Kutztown won.
Kutztown beat Shepherd. Wow. And Millsville beat Westchester.
For real?
Yep.
All right.
So that Kutztown
See, you never know
Millsville
what's
game.
going to happen.
Yep.
Looks like we're actually going to get our
Well,
Milton
guys,
Hershey
we're gonna
football
let you
player
get out
on
of
the
here.
ambulance.
We're gonna
Get
be
him outta
down
here.
after the game's over, so we'll find
See
you
you,
guys.
Okay.
All right. See you.
We gotta chop it up.
Yep.
All right.
Take care.
Yeah, I see you. All right, cousin.
All right, cousin.
Comes down and say hi.
Gotcha.
All right.
Take care.
Once again, that was homecomings. It's just a special time, and you know, people come visit you, and you know, Coach Moore and myself, and pretty much everyone on our coaching staff, especially in track and field, we're more than just coaches. You know, we see them for the young people. We don't commodity coach. You know, what can you do? It's that person inside and off the field, on the field, in the classroom, outside the classroom. You know, it's critical. It's critical that we care about these students deeply, more than just for their abilities. You know, because everybody has a story.
Yeah. Yep. Everybody has a future. And you don't want a kid to think, oh, I'm just a defensive end or I'm just a sprinter. That's a small part of their life. You know, what are their work habits? What do they really have a passion for? How do we help lead them or help guide them to where they can be successful adults and happy.
Yeah. Because we know this adult thing is not easy.
No, it's not easy.
This adult thing is not easy.
Yeah, we have a young man that, you know, not to drop names of kids we have right now, but who is a tremendous athlete in certain things. And I talked to him more about him playing bass and the stuff he's been reading lately than anything about how he was doing athletically. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. What he's learned from, you know, different situations on campus. And, yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting if you're a coach anywhere and you only see your athlete as the commodity that they bring to their sport, you're missing a whole different side. As my man Quasi Abroko always says, and I think his Instagram is more than just a coach, more than a coach. Yeah. And we need to make sure to keep that in play. So it looks like we're going to resume the game here.
Right. 56 seconds left here, Coach.
56 seconds left. Judy Ajapon wants me to go to Dell State's homecoming again like we did last year. Took some students down there to see the HBCU experience. Got a screen to Mo. Gain about 6 yards.
Second down and 4.
That seems to be the only pass play that we've been able to execute.
Stop the clock. Here's 3rd and 5 with 36 seconds to go.
2nd and 5, Spartans. Third and 5, Spartans.
Oh, there's pressure from Hershey.
Purdy's pass is incomplete. Brings up a 4th and 5.
We got 4th and 5, 29 seconds here, Coach.
Oh man, this is painful. This is painful. It was one of those things where you want your passing game to penetrate the defense.
Right.
It's 4th and 5 here.
Oh,
interception.
He went down. That'd be the game, Coach. He should go take a knee, and it's like the 80th running of the Cocoa Bean game will go to Hershey Trojans 33-22.
Interesting fact, me and Coach Painter had a conversation, I think, before he came back as Hershey's coach, and I'm not 100% correct on this, so this isn't, you know, somebody might want to fact check me, but I'm not sure if he has lost a Cocoa Bean game. I'll have to check with him. But a couple of years ago we had that conversation, and I'm gonna have to check with him. But he was kind of prideful of his record in the Cocoa Bean game. So, and that's the end of that.
Yep.
You know, what can you say? Hershey's running game and dominant offensive line was critical in this game. Spartans was fighting, but sometimes it's like that.
Yep. Last season left here. Last season left to get better.
Next game versus Bishop McDevitt. Still have Cedar Cliff on the horizon, Lower Dauphin on the horizon, and I'm not sure about the other Palmyra on the horizon. Cedar Cliff mentioned that, and I can't remember the other games. Well, thank you guys for listening to us. Hopefully we set up a good experience for you guys, and this is a wrap.
Yep. Go Spartans.
This school is about educating children who are in poverty and giving them the tools that they need to have a successful life. Some of that has to do with, helping them to build character, helping them to learn how to build their social skills. So I feel like house parenting is that impact on their lives.
I think it's rewarding in the fact that you may not see the results right away. It's one of those things that you're investing for the future, and I think you can notice impact in people's lives when you see a change in their behavior. I know that we had a sponsor recently send me a text message, and she said, "I just want you to know how appreciative I am of you and your wife. You provided a stable and a safe environment for my children." And she said it also helps them see what a normal family's supposed to be like. And that almost made me cry. I know I'm a big guy, but it was kind of emotional for me to read that and to know that there's a sponsor there that really appreciates the effort. So I know that it made an impact in that life, and the impact isn't necessarily just the kids. It goes far beyond that. I mean, it goes into their families back home. I think the impact is in our lives as well, because we get the feedback from those families and their appreciation. So it's just a good thing. I mean, this is investing in people's lives and seeing lives changed, and that's what I love most about it.
And that's something that's eternal.
Correct. If you're watching this right now and there's somebody out there thinking, do I want to be a house parent? The reason why we came, and the most important reason why we came, is so that we could give back. It was a joy to hear about Milton and Catherine Hershey as well, because we saw that they gave everything they had to help this school and help the kids. And here we are 100 years later still doing the same thing. And thinking that here's a person, here's a family who thought it's time to give back, we can't take it with us. And if you're out there thinking the same thing, this is a great place to come, because you can help people and really make an impact in their lives. And you get rewarded because you know you did the right thing. You know that you spent your life helping other people, not just helping yourself.